Hello, everyone, and welcome to the UGA Sports Watch Along Show. I'm Dayne Young. This is Hall of Fame college football coach Jim Donnan, and this is Radi Nabulsi, publisher of UGAsports.com. Thanks for watching with us.
Hall of Fame something.
Hall of Fame weight loser.
Yeah, I know. Just Hall of Fame something.
Hall of Fame pulling against the Gators to lose today.
I did not obviously pull against the Gators. I didn't do it where anyone could see.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. Anyway, shout out to Jimbo Fisher. Congrats to him for finally beating a top 5 team. That was it's a really big deal for the Gators, and big implications in the East, in the SEC East, and a bigger implication tonight, Coach, as Georgia takes on Tennessee, a resurgent Tennessee team. Give us your overall thoughts.
Well, you know, one thing about Tennessee, they're always going to play hard against Georgia and vice versa. It's just a big matchup, and Tennessee's got a little momentum here with some wins after a bad start last year. But I think all in all, I like our football team. We got a lot of confidence going this game. Weather could be a factor, but right now, looks like we got clear skies for at least the first half.
Shout out to our friends here. Our friends at Leon Farmer for giving us the Bud Light Seltzer. I got the pineapple. I'm going straight to pineapple today.
Hey, Coach Daryl Jones says he loves your apparel. He likes your shirt.
You know, I got to give somebody used to play for me a little credit for that. I think he'd be the head coach out there today.
Really?
He felt sorry for the old coach and sent me a little care package through John Mishad, the guy take care of the old coach.
Mishad is the best.
Looks pretty good though, doesn't it?
It does look good. You look
slick.
You look sharp in that.
And gave me the gator. That's what they call it, a gator, but yeah. Gave me this face covering too.
That's
so.
Gaiter.
Okay, yeah.
Not Gator.
I feel pretty good about, my prep for this game because I feel like we're ready to go. We got a good plan. Their edge rushers are going to be part of the game here. They haven't done much off the edge. If we can protect, I think we can do a lot of things against this team. But and can they protect against us? Turnovers, Tennessee hasn't turned the ball over this year. You give them credit for that. We've had numerous ones, so we got to protect the ball. But we got the best team. We ought to win this game.
Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Don't turn the ball over. Don't have stupid penalties. Keep an eye on the refs. I always say the recipe for upset is special teams, turnovers, and penalties. So win the special teams battle, and I think Georgia should win this game. But, of course, it's the SEC. Pruitt wants this game badly. It's big on the recruiting trail. It's big on the SEC East. Georgia fans just saw that Florida lost. They're cheering in Sanford Stadium. They're excited. Tennessee also saw that that Florida lost. So it's going to be a while, and you can't take anything for granted in the SEC, especially between these two teams. So I think it's going to be pretty fun to watch. Very excited about what Stetson Bennett can do. I want to see,
You really should be excited about it. When you look at his repertoire in the
week
6 quarters he's played, I think we've had like 17 possessions, and we've had something good happen in 12 of them, and we ran the clock out and won, had a couple of punts, but we really hadn't been stopped much with Stetson in the game. So looking forward to seeing how we can stop their power running game and just good football game. Should be a heck of a game.
He just seems to get more and more comfortable. I thought last week would be the real test. He got in against Arkansas, kind of wasn't expecting it. He's in there. And then you think the next week he hears all week long that he's the starter. Was there a chance for him to get nervous, get tight? It didn't look like that last week.
No, he's been waiting his whole life to be the Q for Georgia, and he's not going to make this anything but another chance to just add to the legend here. So I thought you did a good job of writing up about Cade Mays. It's certainly going to be a contest here about how we're going to compete against Cade today. So, but that's spilt milk now. You can't talk. There's nothing you can do about it.
Now, I did try to make the point that Cade Mays was guaranteed from birth to go to Tennessee. Dad was a captain on one of the Tennessee teams. He was born to go there. Tennessee went on hard times, was doing a coaching search. he starts looking at Clemson and Georgia. Comes to Georgia, is named one of the top freshmen in the nation at Georgia. A year later, starts 11 games for Georgia over his career, over his 2 years. He was a member of the Bulldogs. We asked him point blank, why did you pick Georgia over Tennessee? He said, if I'm going to work this hard, I want to win a national title. But then everything kind of flipped, and that his dad's suing for losing part of a pinky. His younger brother is going to Tennessee. He wants a chance to play with his younger brother. It may have been a situation where if he doesn't flip, maybe they don't take his younger brother. I don't want to speculate. I don't know. That's conversations that don't happen. Cooper's a good kid. He's a good talent. But how often do you get a chance to play in college football with your brother? So he goes back home, hopes to get eligible, got eligible with a blanket waiver. So my point is, the Georgia players are not mad at him. They're like, look, you were with us, you sweated with us, you bled with us, you cried with us, you fought with us. Now you're on the other side. We'll go head to head. Dayne, you've played against in football, baseball, tennis, basketball. You have your best friend, but then sometimes he plays on the other side. Now you want to beat him and give him hell about it. But after the game's over, you're friends, and you both want to move on to bigger, better things. They all hope to meet again in the NFL, and to them, it's a business. So I don't think there's going to be any animosity, but amongst the fans, he is persona non grata. If he gives up a sack or gives up anything, that will hit Twitter viral, and that's what happens when you flip sides.
So grab your favorite folding chair, pull it up, and watch Georgia versus Tennessee with us.
I knew the folding chair jokes were coming. And I did see that there was a sign up, I'm not sure where, but people were saying that, hey. Speaking of Cade Mays, they said, for Cade Mays' father, we have one finger for you. And you can imagine which finger that was. So that's why you love SEC football. And
well, hey, look, regardless of what happens in this game, Florida just lost to Texas A&M. LSU just lost to Missouri. There is some survival aspect to this game.
4 times on the one, they couldn't get it in.
Holy crap.
So here we go. Let's see what the...
there's the rotten student section where no one ever wears masks, and they all sit
let's get some good interplay, some questions here, and anybody's got any idea about the weather, what we got forecast for later on here right now. It's okay.
Yep.
All right, so this is a second screen experience. You can watch along with us. What we'll do is we'll give you time cues for what we're seeing, so you can sync it up with how you're watching. So get the game on your TV and have us on a second screen.
Put us on your phone, your laptop, your iPad, tablet, whatever you got. Tennessee's about to kick off. We will call that out, and Dayne will give you the time codes. Watch us on second screen. And look, we need you to share this. If you enjoy it, you got to share it. We need to get a nice big audience for this. It helps us. It helps our sponsors. We have a new sponsor this weekend, Athens Ford. They've joined up. And here's a kickoff in 3, 2, 1. There it is.
Ball's in the air, and it is in the end zone. Georgia will get the touchback and begin with the football.
I like Kenny McIntosh and Zamir White back there to return it, Coach.
Right.
I mean, Kenny Mack has been electric on balls that he's actually able to return, and you know that Zamir White, Zeus, he's a monster as well. If they kick it too short, he's going to take it right up the gut.
Trey McKitty taking the field.
Really?
Yeah, we had that.
Yeah.
That's McKitty, right? 87?
Yeah, we're in 12 personnel.
We didn't see the other one, though. All right.
No, I think we're in 11. We got one. We got 2 tight ends.
No, you're right.
86.
He's right there in the slot.
Got a bad snap there, the first one, but got yardage.
All right, 1455, 1454, 1453, 1452.
Those are the little things that you just can't have happen. We had a big hole there and we had poor timing with the snap. Good job by Stetson handling it. See
that left side pull coming around? That was a freight train ready to go upfield.
Second offensive play of the game, 1434, 1433, 1432.
Fitzpatrick switches sides.
Son of a beaver. Just fall on it. Fall on it. Safety. Touchdown.
Wow. I mean, that was 2 bad snaps to start the game.
Well, that's just not.
And I see why you said fall on it, Coach.
Yeah. You just scream and fall on it, fall on it, fall on it.
I mean, Wilt Chamberlain couldn't have caught that.
No. Brutal way to start the game. You just can't. What do we say? Don't have turnovers. Don't beat yourself. Giving them a hope like that right off the bat. Absolute worst way to start a game. Yeah, the young lady with her hand over her face. That's how Georgia fans feel right now.
You know what makes it so
2 bad snaps in 2 plays?
What makes it disheartening is that Georgia's defense is so good that if Georgia gets a lead in a first quarter, I think it's a really hard hill to climb for the other team.
Yeah.
And so now this is taking away what could have been an advantage.
Hey, it's okay. You got 59 minutes here. But
I don't know. I agree. But I'm saying that when Georgia gets ahead, it makes the other team squirm.
Yeah. Jeez. I imagine you're going to see Warren Erickson come in here.
I don't think so yet.
You don't
I think you stick with Hill. He's a proven, experienced center, man.
I know, but you can move him to guard. It's not like you take him out of the game. I'm just saying, he can move over.
Yeah, but that means you're pulling Ben Cleveland or Justin Schaefer.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing you can do is get under center.
Yeah.
Take the first couple of plays, just take the snap.
Yeah.
All right, Tennessee's second kickoff of the game, and we're 45 seconds into it.
Maybe he'll kick it short and we can run it back.
That's insane.
I think Georgia's offense just needs to get some plays going, and I mean that's a fluky thing. It happens.
Yeah.
It's football, but you got to take care of it and get rid of those mistakes. If Georgia plays clean, this turns right back around.
Well, it's just funny. I mean, the coach just said, got to get the snaps squared away.
Yeah. I think we can get a lot of conjecture here. The main thing right now is just got to start the game over.
Yep.
But you got to fall on the balls, Amir. Both of them. We had 2 guys.
I mean, Stetson.
We practice falling on the ball all the time.
Yeah.
2's a lot different than 7.
Yeah.
Philip Say says that
He's going to be under center for the first one. That's a good move.
There you go.
this is 14-17, 5 on the play clock, 4. Catch to John Fitzpatrick. 14-10, 14-09, 14-08 if you're syncing up on your second screen. We're at 14-05, second and 7.
I like the call there to get everybody settled down and get under center. I think it's going to help us having Trey McKitty in there down the middle. For people that don't know, he's a graduate transfer from Florida State, 87.
All right, this is going to leave about a 3rd and 5. Play clock at 13:38, 13:37.
Okay, this is where you make your living there, Stetson.
3rd and 4.
Got McIntosh in for White. Cook's going to be questionable today, I think.
Yeah. I don't expect to see him today. Jermaine Burton.
13:09. It's a good pass. Really good pass.
Away, Kears.
Kearis Jackson back again. Beach County.
12:58 on the game clock. He's a good route runner, Coach.
Double slant there.
Yep.
Playing 2-man. I go up top here to Pickens. They're doubling him, though. One thing that we'll see from Tennessee's front that we haven't seen a lot is they run a lot of 4 down. By that I mean they have 4 defensive linemen that have their hands on the ground, so a little bit easier to block on pass protection, but maybe not as much on run. That's a good play by them.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have a problem going over the middle of the field, does he?
Who's that, our coach?
Yeah, Bennett. Throws to the, we saw, it seemed like last year everything was on the edges.
2nd and 10 run. I know Brent Rollins is somewhere saying, don't do that.
Yeah.
Why not? I like 2nd and 10 run.
Well, Brent Rollins does not, based on the data.
I think he might have just made it 3rd and 5, though. It looked like he got kind of hit at the line, but he actually picked up 4 or 5 yards.
That's not really a mask, Jeremy Pruitt.
That's the Russian babushka mask.
He doesn't have anything covered, does he?
Just
His
mouth
ears
and
are
bald
covered,
head.
you know.
Mouth or nose.
You don't have to worry about the ears.
3rd and 6. Stetson goes down. 11:49, 11:48.
Good coverage by the Vols.
Yeah.
That was a coverage
Nowhere
sack.
to throw.
We talked about before the game how they're going to be on the edge here, and you get that much time. Guy ended up beating McClendon. I think that's their first sack of the year, isn't it? Right there, that's what he just said.
Yeah. Lump Dog says Pruitt looks like a Teletubby. It's a good punt.
Yeah. All right, now see if they can drive it 95 yards or 93 yards against that Georgia defense.
There's 11:15 to go in the first quarter. Tennessee holds a 7-0 lead. Georgia just punted. Tennessee will take over on its own 7 or 8 yard line.
Kirk Spears says he hopes Zeus isn't hurt. A lot of people didn't like how Zeus grabbed his knee.
He was back in there after the snap, so he looked fine. Do want to say thank you to Athens Ford for joining along as a sponsor for our Watch Along show. Athens Ford and Bud Light Seltzer. Roddy, why don't you tell us a little bit about Athens Ford?
Well, we mention this all the time on our podcast. Athens Ford they're known for their service. They're known for their customer service. I know everyone wants to say that. They've won awards for this stuff. And the other thing is if you buy a new vehicle from them or any pre-owned vehicle that's under 80,000 miles, Japanese, American, none of that European stuff, you get a lifetime powertrain warranty on the vehicle. New, pre-owned under 80,000 miles. So you can feel comfortable buying a new car or a pre-owned vehicle at Athens Ford. They have almost 900 vehicles on the lot. Go up there, check out, find anything you want. Incredible financing. I like the current special they have right now. The financing deal. It's just, hang on, let me pull it up real quick. 1.9% APR financing for 3 years on any of their certified pre-owned vehicles. Just a heck of a deal. So I mention that all the time. It's just, if you're a qualified buyer, jump on it. Excuse me, 1.49% APR for 36 months on any of their Ford certified pre-owned vehicles. I have a Ford certified pre-owned vehicle. It felt brand new. So check them out.
All right, we're back to the CBS broadcast. We'll give you the heads up. Jarrett Guarantano is taking the field. And, Coach, it's now up to Georgia's defense to kind of set the tone for what this game's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, you got to, as a coach and as a team, you got to forget about that play. There's nothing you can do about it. It's something to work on. But at this point, just play field position football and make them punt. I mean, it's a long time left to reestablish, and be nice to get a turnover down here. Jim Chaney comes out with 2 tight ends right off the bat, trying to toss offside here. He always does that backed up.
11:15, 16 on the play clock, 15, 14, 13 on the play clock.
Guarantano takes the snap. It's a handoff.
Oh, my goodness.
Malik Harry.
Malik Harry just blew that play up.
Somebody didn't get that check off there.
You're right.
That offensive line.
Left guard and tackle, they're supposed to squeeze there, and was that White or Herring here?
No, I could have sworn it was Malik Harry.
I thought it was 10. Yeah, it was Malik Harry.
Yeah.
I think that was Wanya Morris that missed that, Coach. I'm not certain, but that did not look like the way he wanted to play it. Cade Mays over there on the right.
10:44, 10:43.
Oh,
I don't see a confident offense right now from Chaney. I mean, I know he's deep in his own territory, but Georgia's defense taking
Yeah, I mean,
control
he's got to
already.
protect the lead here, though, Dayne. mean,
I'm just saying that play's not going to work much against Georgia's guys.
Good call there. Dan Lanning, I think that Dan Lanning had a little familiarity. We knew what to expect there.
3rd and 10 for the Volunteers.
That is a weird kind of bunch up of linebackers there, Coach.
Great tackle from Tyreek Stevenson.
Big open field tackle.
all right, here we go. Great series there. That's a good punt, good coverage. Now let's reestablish this thing.
It should be solid field position for Georgia coming up.
So one thing you notice about our team that early on has been a really good tackling team. See what you can do here, buddy.
Kearis Jackson with his heels on the 40-yard line. 9:25.
I hope we get a delay game here.
Or, no, he got it off. Oh, he took forever to get that punt off. No,
Not very good decision there.
I think that those Georgia guys are a little tight on the offensive side. Seems like a couple.
What do you mean tight?
Bad snaps, not following the ball. Kearis kind of grabbing that ball out of the air to.
Yeah, I don't know if they're tight, but right now they're just. You could be. I mean, bad snap. Other than that, we hadn't had a. We got 1 first down.
Yeah.
That's a good field position by them kicking that ball out of there. That's a good punt. Probably about 50-yard net punt, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah.
When you saw Kearis Jackson kind of point and say, hey, don't touch the ball, make sure it doesn't bounce off of you. But then when it got in front of his face, he grabbed it.
Well, it hit and was going to take off, and he's trying to save about what he thinks the way that ball's going end over end. It could have gone another 20 yards. So
What was the net on that? They punted from like their 10-yard line? What was it?
Yeah. Let's see here.
Please do us a favor and make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel and that you're sharing this with your fellow Georgia fans, your fellow SEC fans. We're able to do this because of our sponsors, Bud Light Seltzer, Athens Ford, but also because of you, the viewers, and that helps us out a lot. So please share this and then subscribe to our channel as well.
And shout out to these Bud Light seltzers. These are fantastic. 100 calories, 5% alcohol by volume, less than 1 gram of sugar. You get pineapple, mango, black cherry is killer. Even the grapefruit's good.
Yeah.
You know. So, if you like strawberry, they have a very good strawberry flavor. But I'm a big pineapple guy, and I like that. Tried that with the somebody recommended on the show the other day. A little Tito's vodka in here. That was a great suggestion. I've been hitting it up with a little Captain Morgan's pineapple, kind of double up on the pineapple.
Coach, that was a net of 48 yards.
Good punt.
Trinity Clark in the YouTube chat, and if you have questions or comments, please share and we'll answer as we can. Coach Trinity Clark says that they noticed that Stetson Bennett tends to stare down receivers. Are you seeing that at all?
You know, in that last one, I think he did because they had such a good rush. Normally, he's pretty good about looking them off. Last week, he made some really good second, third choices on progressions, but I think he was a little confused on that 3rd down pass. I mean, they showed one coverage and played another. I mean, we had plenty of time to throw it. We got to get more play-action passes instead of, you know, I think that's what he really excels at, like the one he completed early to Fitzpatrick and fake the ball and hit Pickens.
9 seconds on the game clock.
They're playing off of Pickens here.
Kenny McIntosh.
First
down.
First down, 13-yard pickup for Kenny Mack.
The one thing about that McKitty brings, if you watch the left side right there, he's a really good blocker. Watch 87 here. He bashes that guy. Look at that.
Yep.
Block down, creating, and we're actually pulling people here, which Georgia never does last couple of years, but
More carries for McIntosh.
Feed that kid.
McKinney's a pretty big guy, too.
Yeah. I don't think people understand how good Kenny Mack can be because he wasn't a 5-star guy.
Oh, Coach, you got overtime for Texas, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I probably left a little early for that one. We were up
It's all
31,
your fault.
up 31-17 when I came down here. But this is one we got to get right here.
809, 808.
There we go. Hit the back. Pickens fell down.
Yeah.
You notice on this that nobody covered the backside,
You're right.
the back out of the backfield.
He just took off completely free.
There we go.
Passer.
Those are kind of plays you can't have in a game like this. God, that's targeting.
Oh, if Stetson goes to the ground, he gets that guy ejected.
You
If he flops
got to
there-
flop a little there. Come on.
We needed that one. I look for us to run some misdirection.
Oh yeah. What about the? Can't the SEC actually look at that and go, "Hey, wait, that's targeting. Don't they call down?"
I'm looking at Georgia running some misdirection today. They might be looking at this. Who is that?
I think Kirby's saying, hey, how's that not
Yeah.
targeting? Yeah, they're reviewing the targeting.
I mean, if that's
Come
not
on.
targeting.
That's bullshit. Excuse my language. Sorry, folks, but that's just. I mean, you duck your head into him. That's unacceptable.
Who is 13 for them?
13 for them, Coach, is. That's DeAndre Johnson. They're Jack.
So they're
I mean, that's the
should've looked at him. I
definition
would have
of-
recognized him.
It's the
But,
definition of targeting right there.
yep.
I think they would have called it on the field if Stetson falls down.
Yeah.
Well, they already called the penalty for roughing the passer.
And he.
Now they're looking for targeting. We had a 15-yard penalty.
I'm just saying the little duck here. I mean, you see they doesn't have the ball. You popped him, and then you're gonna turn around and go, "What? Me? Come on."
See, they call roughing the passer, and then
Yeah.
now they're looking for targeting.
Spencer Edwards says, literally headbutted him. Throw him out, ref.
That's why this rule is in there. And I'm one of those people who doesn't get. I think that they call targeting a little too much, but on something like that, that's just tacky.
All right, here comes the verdict from the referee.
There was
Targeting. He's out of here.
So Tennessee loses their starting Jack linebacker and DeAndre Johnson.
Second week in a row that a defensive starter is out against Georgia. It was Smoke Monday last week, right?
Yeah.
I hope we don't follow suit like LeCount did.
Yeah, like
All right, let's just stick it in the end zone here. Good march. About time for White to break one.
That's a crucial mistake for each team to this point. Georgia's literally cost a touchdown. Tennessee's puts Georgia in great position to get a touchdown.
Break it, White.
First down, 8:01 on the game clock.
Demetrius Robertson. So,
We got
no, they decided to go right up the gut. No.
You know, we keep talking about it, and I'm not going to really focus on it, but we got to protect our quarterback. But nobody is even considering watching the quarterback on the keep.
Been that way for about 2 years, Coach.
Yeah.
Well, we had it last week with Mathis. I mean, first game.
They're holding that for Tennessee, Coach.
Yeah.
This is Tennessee, right?
I mean,
Alabama.
holding it for Alabama. My apologies.
7:22 on the game clock. 7:21, 7:20.
There's some coverage. There's some,
Pretty pass to Kenny McIntosh.
God,
Down
no.
to the 2.
Really good poise there. He came back to underneath the delay. I mean, this is knowing the defense. They playing. He's got a man on the back out of the backfield with a linebacker. Watch him do a little juke here. There you go.
Referee had to get out of the way.
Again, he loves going right over chewing up the middle of the field, sit between
They're
those
going to
two
try to play
zones.
man coverage. Why not, though?
Yeah, I just love it.
What I'm talking about, they got two safeties deep.
Yeah.
All five underneath people are man under.
Yeah.
Let's see if
No,
we
you
go
sat
to
right
we
in the
got
middle
the
of that
power
zone.
package here. Good job. You know what was great about that? We lined up like we did last week, but we ran to the other side.
Did you see them shade over because they expected it to go that way? Yeah.
That's good coaching. That's a great drive. Good poise. Look at that big Carter hit that guy.
Yep.
That'll be a GIF.
Now, I was trying to say, as he was standing in the pocket, I said good coverage. I meant to say good protection. Apparently, I can't speak. These Bud Lights are getting to me. But he had a lot of time in the pocket to just sit there and wait and see Kenny get break open over the middle.
We should have a lot of time against these guys. Like we said, they've only had one. This is their first sack of the year.
Yeah.
Richard Allen says he loves the fact that George is working the middle of the field.
Yep, that's what I was just saying.
He's really working where they give it, but he is working the middle. That's true. Kenny McIntosh comes in there and take advantage of a break of Cook not being ready, and he's been big on this drive. I mean, he ran the ball well, and there's a power back up inside. Sign of a good team handle adversity like that. You know, I mean, very good move by Georgia taking the ball and scoring. Now we can just back them up again.
So we got a 7-7 game. Georgia comes back after just a really bad botched snap. It was 2 in a row bad snaps from Trey Hill. One went all the way to the end zone. Georgia couldn't fall on the ball. Tennessee did, so it was a Tennessee touchdown. But since then, Georgia's been in control defensively and offensively. Tennessee with a targeting penalty there to kind of hurt their own chances. So we're all square again after an early mistake. And while we're on commercial, let's take a 30-second.
30-second spot there, if you would.
All right. This is from our friends at Athens Ford. We'll be right back.
Athens Ford makes buying a car or truck easy, safe, and more affordable than ever. During the Athens Ford Model Year-End Clearance Event, use Easy Purchase online to shop hundreds of new Fords, all with our 100% price protection guarantee. Plus, save big with F-150s up to $14,000 off and Expeditions up to $15,000 off. All new Fords include our lifetime warranty and complimentary delivery. Plus, pick up and drop off with every service. We're lending a hand to keep you going and keep you safe. Athens Ford, where we do it all.
All right, welcome back. Thanks, Athens Ford. Jeff Dyer says Jalen Carter is a lethal weapon.
You got that right.
What if you hand him the ball one time as he's going up there?
He can probably pass it, too.
Yeah, you can run 32 spin or fake 56 power and hit him in the flat. We'll do that. We don't want to show him everything. But our big one's going to be throw a little out route to 99. Let him run through the hedges.
I don't think he's got enough room to slow down and stop.
Right.
If you've got questions on YouTube or Facebook, please leave them for us, and we'll get to them as we can.
And again, share this. I have a $50 Visa gift card that we will give to someone who decides to share this. Just let me know that you did share it. Email me, Radi, R-A-D-I, at UGASports.com. That's Radi, R-A-D-I, at UGASports.com. Let me know you shared this. I'm going to take you for your word. I'm not going to go poking around through your social media, but we have some of these Visa gift cards. I got, I think, 7 of them, and we will give one away each week. We'll mail it to you. It's a $50 gift card. Use it for whatever you want. So, but again, that's just to share it because we're trying to grow our audience here, and we appreciate it. Boy, a lot of former Georgia coaches on that Tennessee staff.
Right.
Not as many as South Carolina, but still a lot.
Tennessee takes the snap.
Is something wrong with Garantano?
I don't know.
What number is he?
Good Lord. Devontae White came barreling through there.
That's not Garantano in there, is it? Who's 2?
Yeah,
that is
that's
him.
him.
Yeah, okay, that's right. My bad. Throwing a quick slant.
Yeah.
Can't let him inside you there, Stevenson.
No, they saw that Trips left and decided they kind of were trying to explain what they were going to do with all those guys on the left-hand side, and Gray came off the right really quickly.
A lot of tempo here.
5:53, 5:52. Good coverage from Eric Stokes.
Yeah,
Really
Eric-
surprising there. If I'm Coach Pruitt, I would get on Cheney there going for everything unless he's going to go for it on 4th down. Get a first down there and settle your defense down. Great coverage, Stokes.
That's what Gary Danielson's saying with those big guys up front for Tennessee. Why take that shot there when you need a yard?
Well, maybe they're going for it here, going for the.
They went for it a lot last week.
Well, the thing they're going to do, they're going to get a delay of game. If they don't watch it, they're going to have to call timeout.
It's a big boy package.
He fumbled the snap.
Oh.
Terrible mark.
That's a bad mark. No, gave it to him.
Quit firing up there. We didn't stop them.
5:39, 5:38, 5:37. It's a first down, Tennessee.
No, he got right to the line, that white line. So
Is Georgia challenging?
He didn't make it. He didn't make it.
no, the ball got to that white line. But of course, we're looking at an angle that's a little bit off. A little bit off. They weren't right down the line.
All right, so Kirby Smart's challenging the spot.
Hey, shout out to Michael Hickox for sharing this. I appreciate that. And Jake Charleston wants to know, the real question is, does Quavo post on the dog vent?
Is what?
Does Quavo post on the dog vent? There's a lot of video of Quavo from a rapper of the group Migos. He's always in the locker room, sometimes on the sideline, and he wants to know if he's a member of the dog vent. And I'm like,
I mean, that ball got to the white line and not beyond.
that's my point. As I said, got to the line. If they set it on the white line, then that's accurate.
And they definitely had the spot slightly above the white line. So
Yeah.
all right, so that's a first down, Tennessee.
That's the reason he threw the ball on 3rd and 1 then. Can't blame him.
No.
Good call, going deep.
All right, so it's 5:23. Tennessee's got the ball first down. Laurentano is about to
5:19.
take the snap. Georgia shifts, and here we go.
Golly.
Oh my God, you had him.
Yeah, Ojulari had him and got shifted around.
It's okay.
You see big Devontae Wyatt running him down.
That's still only a 1 yard gain. I know it should have been a big loss, but 2nd and 9 is a win for the defense to get there.
Well, especially when you have a guy, pushing 320 trying to run down your quarterback. This has been a long first quarter. Oof.
Saying Tyson Campbell had a hold. That's a late call. They must have had to confer because I didn't see a flag dropped.
Well, somebody saw it. This is something you got to watch out for both teams here because both secondaries coach similar. A lot of press coverage, and they can call it tight.
Oh my goodness, a lot of people jumped that time. Like Wanya, Cade Mays, Wanya Morris.
Jason Brooks asked, will Jim Chaney call a double move on the count like he did last year?
Probably will. Give it a shot. Well, the count will be ready for it, though. This is what we got to have from them. Help us out a little bit and get 2nd and long, 3rd and long, but he called it on Cade.
Yep, that's what I said. I said Cade jumped. Wanya Morris jumped. Only guy that didn't move was Trey Smith.
Got Cade playing guard now.
.450 first quarter.
Good gracious.
It's a good play from Nakobe Dean to track him down and make that tackle.
441, 440.
Eric Gray's a good running back.
Yeah.
Get him down. Man, we got to make some plays on this pressure.
Yeah. I tell you,
They're not letting the substitute here. I mean,
Ramel Keaton, number 80, a wide receiver, he had a huge block on that previous play.
third and medium, they like that.
4:05, 4:04, 4:03 on the game clock first quarter.
Holding.
Is it going to be holding on Ojulari?
I hope it's holding, not hand to the face.
Yeah. I mean, he did kind of tackle Ojulari, so. Yeah, 60. Wanya Morris.
Okay, here comes our Jaguar package. We're going to have Anderson out on the edge along with Nolan Smith. This is where Chaney likes to run a draw.
Yeah.
But against Georgia, you can't waste it. You got to try to make the first.
3rd and 16, 347, 346, 345.
44's in there too.
There's your amoeba, coach.
We're bringing 3. There he comes.
Well done.
That was a good look there. We brought Tyson Campbell from the corner.
So you brought him from the 40-watt downtown. That kid came
Look
a
at that.
long way away.
Good rush by Walker.
Trayvon Walker, number 44, with a heck of a pass rush there.
All right, no penalties here.
Now he's standing on the 10-yard line, coach, to return this punt. Does he catch it or does he let it go?
He missed it a little bit.
It's a good stand from Georgia's defense.
Yeah.
John Lang says Cade Mays is getting worked.
Here's the thing. In a way, it might have been, but it's also a good series for Tennessee because you flipped the field.
Yep.
You know, they had a kickoff, and they made 2 or 3 first downs. One of them was with a penalty, so...
Ashley Moore says, great defense. She would be correct. Billy Kilgore said, hey, it's a rough start, but the defense will stomp them and get at it and get it going.
We got to break down on our pass rush, though. We had a couple of sacks there. Coming off the goal line is a big... one thing we like to do is call a hard count, try to draw them offside here.
How often did it work for you when you were back there at quarterback? How many guys do you get to jump?
Not a lot, but if you get one, that's better than nothing.
I'm just curious how often it worked for you. Did you have that loud, commanding voice?
Yeah. You got to practice, though. You got to work on your larynx. We had larynx training for our kids.
You had what?
You go with people and go over to the music department. They teach you how to go. You know, instead of saying sit, you say sit. Come from in here. You know, from so
bring it from the diaphragm.
Yeah, learn how to work with your diaphragm and learn up through there, and it's just it's a good way to teach your quarterbacks how to have a commanding voice. So
they teach you to sing show tunes.
What's that?
They teach you to sing show tunes?
No, I mean, I'm talking about...
you knock out Elvis all the time.
I didn't do it myself. I'm talking about I had it my quarterbacks, but I could already sing by the time I was
Big thank you to Daryl Jones for the super chat. So that's
I forgot super chat.
yeah, super chats are happening, man.
I
think
love
that's the first
super
of the
chats.
season. Daryl says, Coach, without their defensive line getting pressure, is there anything other than cover 2 that they'll do to keep Stetson from exposing the middle?
They'll mix up some robber coverage where they'll maybe drop rush 3 and drop 8 and put a guy in the middle, or they'll play spin the safety down and look like they're playing cover 2, and then he'll jump the crossing route. But they're in trouble on the underneath. The safeties can't help you when they're throwing it short as we are.
That's
So
so
I
weird.
tell you, I worry about it snapping it here. I'm going to get under
Yeah.
center.
2:57
motion.
first quarter.
Ooh, nowhere to go there.
Very short game. 2:49, 2:48.
John Lang says they missed blocking him by a pinky finger. Damn, John, that's cold-blooded. That is cold-blooded.
Miss blocking who?
It's Trayvon
Yeah.
Walker,
I
right?
think it's Trayvon.
Yeah.
Brendan Howell says Cade Mays is whiffing a lot. And Cade Hamwich says he thought Cade held Trayvon Walker there. Yeah, he tackled him. It doesn't matter.
There we go.
Stetson rolling out,
Oh, my
throwing.
goodness. Oh,
Interference.
I think that'll be a 700
Hey,
flag.
what a great play by Stetson. Seriously.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just telling you now, the poise that kid showed right there.
Yeah.
That's where I wish you had the pro rule.
Yeah. You were talking about that recently about, hey, in the pros, you get to spot foul.
Yeah.
And college football is just 15 yards. If you're going to give up 45 yards, you might as well
Right.
knock the hell out of him and say, hey. Just... Yeah. Hear the broadcast guy saying, I think that's a good penalty. Well, hell yeah.
John Wittenberg says, thanks, guys, for doing the Watch Along show. Go Dogs. Thanks for watching, John.
Yeah, thanks, John.
Boy, that's a big first down right there. We got it out to the 20.
Chad Dewberry says, Zeus is jump cutting as soon as he gets the ball. Get him out of there. I think one of the reasons Zamir White's back there is because you're back in your own end zone, and
Yeah.
rarely does Zamir
Yeah.
White have negative plays.
He had the jump cut when 7. Mike missed the block on the end.
Yeah.
Is 7 Burton?
Yes, sir. That's Jermaine Burton, the freshman.
I tell you, I like those 5-yard
I was about
runs.
to say
That's
five,
Kendall
five
Milton.
and a half yards with Kendall Milton, the 5-star. I tell you, Kendall Milton just looks like a great back. I mean, if you had to draw one up,
Run it again.
yeah. I think they're going.
He's going to throw it. Ooh,
Oh
yes.
my goodness, Trey McKitty with his first catch as a Bulldog.
What did we say? I'm only saying that our middle with this kid is tough, boy.
Yeah. Hey, he threaded that needle. Notice he threw it right over Big Ben Cleveland. People say he's Stetson Bennett's too short. He can't see over those guys. He threw it right over Ben Cleveland's head to put that ball on the money.
122, 121, 120.
Oh my goodness, no. That looked like a busted play.
The problem we got right now is the backside is penetrating, and we got to put a man in motion or we got to cut the guy off. We're knocking them back,
Yeah.
and they're getting backside pressure, but we're still running that 12 personnel, and I like if we could run a quick pitch over here behind the left guard and tackle here to White.
Brandon Howell says the RPO is working right now.
You got that right.
45 seconds.
All right, what do you
And
just
they're
got?
that free play.
Make the play, Landers. That was a tough catch.
That was. I mean, he did have a guy hanging on his head.
I like the snap count. The one thing I would say about the pass to McKitty, I think that was a pure play action pass. I don't know that was an RPO because he took the ball back. It's hard to run an RPO when you're under center, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's right. We have had some good RPOs, but usually when you get the deep snap from the gun, you can do those better. He might not have been under center. I don't know. I can't remember long ago.
Looked like a possible shoulder or arm injury from Matt Landers.
Yeah, he hit the ground hard and laid there face down.
He might go for it right here on the pick.
Stetson moves under
35
center.
seconds.
There's backside again.
Their backside, you're right.
It's all right, though.
They committed to that backside pressure as Georgia walked up.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no hiding that.
But here's the thing about it, though. The kid checked out and ran a strong side running play, made the first down. We started on our 5.
Yeah.
I hope he didn't break his fingers.
Trent Stevens says that his wife says hearing from Radi makes her want key lime pie.
Yes.
Well, good for her. Get some to go.
All right, that's going to wrap up the first quarter. Georgia and Tennessee tied at 7. And for what was a disastrous start, I think Georgia really turned around momentum and kind of got things going. I think you have to like where Georgia's sitting right now in this football game.
You know, and I think you're right. You gave them a free touchdown. It's almost like you spotted them a 7. You know, when you have a team that's going to be a lot better than other teams, like, okay, we'll spot you 6 points, or we'll spot you 3 strokes on the back 9 or something like that. Georgia gives them 7 right off the bat, and you know, bounced back and are moving the ball pretty well. Coach Shannon Gilliam, a lot of people talking about Landers, saying that Landers barely jumped on that one. Lang says it's his 30th year playing at UGA.
What did he say?
He said John Lang says Matt Landers is in his 30th year playing at UGA.
He ain't been in Cleveland.
Yeah, a lot of people though are jumping on the Landers criticism wagon here. Chad Dewberry says he looks like he barely jumped. Shannon wants to know, why does he get playing time?
He plays because he can block.
That's what I was trying to get to.
He's a really good blocker, and he's a pretty good receiver. But, he made a mistake last week. He lost the ball in the air, and he hasn't been a very overpowering receiver for us, that's for sure. That's an understatement. But
yeah,
he's a really good blocker. We lost our top receiver in Blaylock. We got some young guys, and, they're not as good at blockers as he is. But we got Pickens, and Jackson. So there's not many teams have more than 2 really standout receivers, unless you're LSU last year. So he's just a role player right now. So let's don't be. It's okay for you guys to talk about these people, but I'm not on this bandwagon about him, but I think he's in there more for his blocking than anything. Just like some of these guys are on Darnell Washington's going to develop as a receiver, but he's a better blocker right now. And I think getting McKitty is going to be huge for our team, just to have a tight end that can go down the middle, can block. You don't have to substitute for him on anything. And Fitzpatrick's going to come along, and so is Washington. But that's why we brought him in as a grad student, a transfer.
You want some team stats from the first quarter?
Please, sir.
First downs, Georgia has 7, Tennessee has 2. On third down, Georgia's 1 for 2, Tennessee is 0 for 3. Tennessee does have the 4th down conversion. Total yards, Georgia 72, Tennessee 32. Passing yards, Georgia has 68, Tennessee has 21. Georgia has 4 rushing yards, Tennessee has 11. Tennessee
we lost. How much did we lose on the 1 yard?
Yeah, the snap. You're right.
We lose 30-some yards on that.
Yeah.
That should be a team loss.
It should.
Penalties, Tennessee has 5 for 50 yards, Georgia has 1 for 10, and Georgia has the turnover. Time of possession, about a 2-1 advantage for Georgia in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Man, y'all are cold.
Those stats say Georgia dominated the first quarter other than the turnover.
Yeah.
And that's how you get to a 7-7 game.
But we don't need to happen for it to start raining.
Yeah. Mrs. Lump Dog. Well, Lump Dog tells us that Mrs. Lump Dog says that we're better than them. We're all right. Well, I think Mrs. Lump Dog knows what she's doing. So
talking about we're better than Tennessee.
Yeah, oh yeah. So
from a talent standpoint in the rosters, it's unquestioned.
Yeah.
But football, the most talented team doesn't always win.
That doesn't guarantee. And here's the thing with 15 minutes ago, everyone's looking at Matt Landers and kind of questioning, but you've seen Jermaine Burton make some bad blocks. I shouldn't make him miss.
This is play action to the max here.
That's picked off.
You can't throw it to a free safety in the middle.
No.
What was the down and distance there?
Nope.
The guy was asking about what can Tennessee do. That's what they did. They brought the other safety back across. He thought he had the guy deep, and
That was 1st and 10, Coach.
I like throwing the more on the outside on first
ball hit the
down.
ground.
Oh, thank goodness. We need some breaks, dogs. They've had everything. I like the deep shot, but you got to see that other safety. Whoever answered that question was,
Oh, my goodness.
they were playing that one.
Yep.
Yeah, and I like throwing the ball up to George Pickens when available too. But like you said, you got to know where that safety is, because if it's 2-on-1 in that spot, that's a lot to ask of George to push off 2 guys to break that up.
Yeah.
What a crucial drop for Tennessee.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, though, that last play. Oh, my goodness.
There you go,
There's your
interference.
pass interference.
I tell you what, they got a lot of guys over the ball there, man. We got to.
Yeah, it worked on that play where they just came. 2 guys came through pretty much. They outnumbered Georgia, sent through a bunch of guys and stopped Georgia in the backfield.
See, one thing I'll say, I talked about the robber. That was the robber there, because you saw him breaking across. They spun the guy down on their dime coverage, and he made a good play, but just too late. You got to read that now. We can't throw the ball against that coverage.
Mm-mm.
I like to see a reverse.
14-18.
I like to see a reverse or misdirection here. This is even better.
Toss on the edge. That's
The
a
same
10-yard
play
gain.
we were talking about before from 12. You
Right.
saw that right there?
Yep.
But I was talking pitch it to White. But look at this. Look at McKinney and look at them. They didn't even have to block those guys.
No.
Smart coaching, though. When those guys go inside, you tell your tight end, let him go, because they're going to outrun him with the pitch. You get an extra blocker downfield.
Yeah, he went
Good job by Coach Hartley. Those guys recognizing that was tremendous.
Yeah, he went.
Just a little thing right there, but that was tremendous. Need to come back to that pretty quickly.
13:52, 13:51, 13:50.
Hey, McIntosh has got such good footwork.
That was great job by Kenny McIntosh.
Good job of sealing there by,
John Fitzpatrick.
you got to protect them coming off the edge here. They're going to pressure you right here.
That's what you're talking about.
2nd and 4 on the game clock. We're at 13-19, second quarter. 13-17, 13-16, 13-15. Taking the snap.
Hand off to Zamir White and nowhere to go.
We tried to run the counter there and pull everybody. We didn't even get blocked at the point of attack.
No.
Lump Dog says the daggum tornado warning is going off in Columbus. Keep him updated. Y'all stay safe down there.
In Columbus, Georgia?
That's what he says. I'm assuming he's meaning Columbus, Georgia. I can tell you real
He's
fast.
probably not in Columbus, Ohio.
Where's McKitty on this one?
12:37, 12:35, 12:33. 3rd and 7. Georgia taking the play clock right down to the last couple seconds. A lot of time.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Make the first.
He's got it.
Oh, yeah.
Look at
Stetson
the
Bennett.
wheels on Stetson Bennett.
Watch them. They're playing man under, so all those guys are chasing, so there's nobody there. That's a good job. Boy, I tell you, that's huge.
Yeah.
I'd go to that power package right now and see if they can stop us 4 downs.
From that far out?
Yeah, you got 4 times.
That's cool.
Right here, they're going to hit us from the backside again.
11:50 game clock.
Quarterback draw. What a run. God, no. What a run.
Touchdown.
It's good. He's got some special tendencies to him, man.
Hey,
And I think that really
give
drove.
Pruitt a penalty for
Yeah, I was
being
about to say,
out of the
Jeremy
box.
Pruitt's down there at the 5-yard line screaming his head off.
Quarterback draw. You
Look
can't
at Ben
coach.
Cleveland
You can't coach
folding
this.
that guy in half.
You can't coach this. Pickens blocking in the back.
Yes,
though.
he was.
He thought he was going to have to stick it out with his left hand, but he brought it back to his right.
Georgia's got the lead. Chuck Ward says, Roddy, can you send Pruitt instructions on the proper way to wear a burqa?
Damn, Chuck, that's cold.
You go, seriously, you go to the same place where you read about how to eat asparagus.
Oh,
Or was it asparagus or what was
it
it?
was asparagus.
Yeah, he didn't know what asparagus
Didn't know
was.
what it was.
That was on MTV Two-A-Days, a reality show about Hoover High School football.
He may be short, Coach.
Which, by the way, in that season of Two-A-Days, Hoover lost to Prattville High School. It was Rush Propst versus Jamie DuBose. Those two coaches went head-to-head
Yeah,
last
last
night,
night.
and Jamie DuBose got the best of them again.
Yes.
You think he's short?
See, his knee looks to touch before he hits the pylon.
I mean, I hope they call it back so we get to see Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter run out there.
I don't. I worry about the.
Never take the points off the board.
I worry
Ever,
about the
ever,
snap
ever.
and center, man.
Yeah.
Simultaneous.
That's, yeah, I mean, is it enough to overturn it? I don't know.
Let Jalen run the quarterback sneak.
But you saw the short yardage play that the Vols ran. The quarterback missed the snap.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's like that first down that Tennessee had. I mean, it's just so close. How do you make the difference in that?
Yeah,
on the
how do you
video?
turn it, overturn it? You have to
Yeah.
see something much stronger than what we saw there.
Kirby getting on him about that interception.
All right, play stands. Georgia takes a 13-7 lead, extra point pending.
This kid is just all effort.
But he's more than that, Roddy. He's just super talented.
No, he's all effort. I'm sticking with it.
But I mean,
No, you're right. He is talented.
he's a playmaker.
Yes.
And I get that a lot of that is effort, and he doesn't
Yeah.
quit and all that good stuff. But like,
I mean, you gotta
he's
have-
got talent.
You got to have the ability to do it. But I'm just saying, you saw it last week, you know, on that 2-point conversion. You saw him beating Big Cat to the edge, you know, on that big third down conversion. There's just a, granted, a lot of that's talent and ability, but there's just this, when you see the guy diving like that, a lot of quarterbacks, when they hit the line, there's nowhere to go. They'd have protection, tuck, live to fight another day.
He made 2 plays like that this year.
Exactly.
Well, when you look at the drive, though, he made the scramble on third down, which kept the drive alive.
Yeah.
And
Just some crazy
I think
effort.
what's good here is Munkins figured out what they're trying to do, that robber coverage. The next time we run a play action pass, we're probably going to run a post corner. He's going to start to the post.
To get
and go-
behind the robber?
No, he's going to take that corner in, think he's running a post, and he's going back to the corner.
Gotcha.
Coach, you mentioned the word for Stetson Bennett last week, and that's poise. The fact that he threw the ball up, it should have been an interception. It wasn't because Tennessee dropped it. But, yeah, he comes back with those 2 running plays and also some solid passes as well. That's just such composure and poise from a quarterback.
Yeah. Speaking of Brandon House, Stetson may end up being the college football story of the year.
He's the story of the month, anyhow.
Chad Dillard said Stetson is the Doug Flutie of 2020. Go Dogs. I think it's fair.
What I say in the first quarter, I said when Georgia gets a lead, it puts a lot of pressure on the opposing offense because of how imposing Georgia's defense is. Well, here, lo and behold, Georgia has a lead. So how does Tennessee respond? Do they go methodical and play within themselves, or do they try some crazy stuff? I mean, it's early in the game. We'll see.
I don't. I think they got to play it pretty basic.
Shout out to Stuart Kitchens, who shared the watch along on his Facebook story. Thank you, Stuart. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we need to get it on Facebook.
Yeah.
You might mention that, counting the review, the replays that we had after the initial, we had over 20,000 last week.
We did.
Our goal is to get up to about 40 for Alabama. Let's see what we can do.
40 million. 400 million thousand gajillion.
Y'all go ahead and get some sleep tonight so you can stay up with us next week.
That's going to be late. I'm going to have to get a nap. I'm telling y'all right now before that show starts.
All right, kickoff from Georgia. 14-0 lead. Another
The
tremendous
guy is deadly,
kickoff.
man. He's deadly. Podlesny.
Hot pod. A lot of
So-
fans don't understand how impactful kicking the ball through the end zone is and not allowing a return opportunity.
So apparently the Red River
I
Shootout
told
still going
you
on.
the time Bill Parcells told me one time standing out there in the game on Sunday, I was out there watching the Giants play with him. And he said, I said, how you doing? He said, well, one good thing, I had a good night's sleep because I know this guy's going to kick the ball in the end zone every time for us.
Yeah.
The coach updated the Red River Shootout. Texas has a blocked field goal, then Oklahoma shanks their attempt. It's just
So nobody wants to win that game.
another huge open field tackle by Monty Rice.
Still
That's the place you got to attack Georgia on normal downs, is attack their linebackers, because we're such a nickel and dime team
Yep.
that they got a motion penalty there. Well, I mean, nickel and dime, we like to substitute. And if we got regular people in there, they can attack Bonnie Rice. I mean, he's more of a run stopper. Hey, how about that snap there? He wasn't even ready for it. Now, we could have had a break there if it would have.
Coach Richard Allen uses one of your terms for Podlesny, and that's thunderfoot.
That's right. He's got it.
I just think we can't overlook the fact that was a 95-yard drive for Georgia in 12 plays. I mean, that was just.
Does he get a fine for that thing there?
He might get a call from Greg Sankey.
No, my guy Chuck, he knows that.
They don't have enough
I've
players
seen people,
over.
I have seen the people who wear the full mask and you only see the eyes.
11:07, 11:06, 11:05.
Oh my goodness, Devontae Wyatt. That's a huge penetration on him.
I don't know if that was on purpose, but we looked like we lined up wrong, and they checked to that position, and we ended up shifting over there after they checked.
Hey, let's mark that down because I want to see that on the film. Don't lie.
All right.
I'm just thinking that was the way he came through was pretty impressive.
This is about as huge a play as we've had in the game right here.
Exactly.
We're making punt one more time.
Trayvon Walker's in there. Jalen Carter's in there. I'm assuming Adam Anderson's going to be somewhere. Yep.
You got him.
Nolan right there, and they had him. Major pickup there.
John Lang says, Coach, that Tennessee O-line looks a little scared right now.
Yeah, they did a good job on that one.
Yep. They kind of caught Tariq Stevenson between two guys.
I tell you what I like, but with Chaney had a tight formation there.
He's out of bounds.
Yeah.
He lined up tight to help the rushers, make them condense so they couldn't come off the edge as much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Walter Brooks, Chris Barfield, and Bill Florence for sharing this on your social media pages. Make sure you email Radi at UGASports.com if you want to be entered.
RADI at UGAsports.com. No, we'll take a fall down.
Turf Monster.
But the Georgia field doesn't blow out knees like it does in Neyland Stadium.
Auburn blocked the field punt. That's the way to get that Chad Morris offense going.
Third and 11 for Tennessee, 9:32, 9:31.
So who has Gray out of the backfield here, Coach?
9:29.
Ooh, good hit.
Man, Nakobe Dean's a player.
Did you see Carter run then?
I did see that.
88. Watch
88
88. Watch
takes off like a
88.
rocket.
Watch 88 come inside out.
Horn Lake, Mississippi.
No penalties on the punt. We're in a safe return. You can tell the way the guys are here. We're in a safe.
Exactly.
This guy's going to take all day to kick it.
Yeah, as well he should.
Oh, that's a little dangerous, Kier.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where if you don't, it keeps going end over end, and now you're looking at another 95-yard drive, 96-yard
Need to move
drive.
up about 10 yards.
Yeah, so we can catch it on the fly. Well, on that 95-yard punt, he was standing on the 10, and then he went back and caught it on the 5. You know, so he faded back.
Yeah. You always teach your kids, put your heels on the 10-yard line, and if you have to back up, let it go.
That's what I was trying to say.
And he kind of lost charge of it. But this is where we can put this game in a very good situation here.
Stephen Nett says it's pouring in Charlotte. His DirecTV is out. Well, we're here to keep you updated, Stephen. Thanks for watching with us.
Yeah, watch us on, or you can listen to us.
Well,
You can do both.
Yeah.
Hey, tell him to use his password and go on another computer and you can watch DirecTV on a computer.
Hey, yeah, don't they have DirecTV?
You got a DirecTV app.
Yeah.
Even the old coach has got one of those, which is hard to believe.
Coach can do it. Anybody can.
I need to have one because with my crowd, it's a jump ball on watching as the world turns. So you say both OU and them missed the field goal?
Yeah, one was blocked and one was shanked.
So it's still in the fourth overtime?
Or 7th or 9th, I'm not sure. That game won't die. I'm switching over to the Black Cherry Bud Light Seltzer here. I'm telling you, folks, y'all need to hit these Black Cherry ones. Thanks to Leon Farmer for sponsoring us. These are fantastic. Just 100 calories a pop. I can have 3, 4, 5, 7 of these and not feel like it's not like the old beer, those malty beers where every time I'd have one is like eating a loaf of bread. These are fantastic. So.
It's the fourth overtime. Oklahoma has a 53-45
They had to
lead
go
over
for
Texas.
2 and they made it, so they're up 53.
I also want to give a shout out to our guys at UGASports.com. We have Anthony Dasher's in the stadium. Patrick.
They're our friends too.
They're not. They're just coworkers. Patrick Garvin's in the stadium. Jake Roos is working from his house. We're going to have your, I guess, podcast mate. I don't know, co-host of Around the League. Brent Rawls is doing some work. Of course, we have Trent Smallwood. He'll have what just happened the minute the game's over. He'll have a good recap of it. You know, some things that he noticed.
Jason
Butt's going to write a great column when this is over. So, again, just tons of, we call it blanket coverage.
We got Edwards in the game.
Dejon Edwards.
He caught that ball.
Yeah.
Wow. But did you see that hole Dejon Edwards ran through?
He bobbled, but he was not out of bounds.
What hands.
Wow.
Kid.
What a player.
That is a insane catch.
8-13, 8-12. Second quarter.
Got a lot of confidence, these young backs.
Yeah, they're running Kendall Milton, Dejon Edwards, Kenny McIntosh. My prediction for this game was that we would not see James Cook based on the fact that he could go if needed to, but you don't need him. And you rest him now and then bring him out at the Alabama game next week. Said the same about Jermaine Johnson, Georgia's outside pass rusher.
It's not so much resting him, it's just if he can't play,
just
don't take a chance on him, right?
Don't make a something that you're coming back from get much, much worse.
You got to get your head around, buddy.
Yep.
You see the guy blitzing, don't keep going.
And again, that was to Jermaine Burton, number 7, a freshman. And people say, well, why is Matt Landers playing? Well, maybe Matt sees that blitz coming in and he doesn't run quite as deep. He turns around a little bit earlier.
That was a good job of Stetson picking it up.
Well, Bennett knew where to go. When he saw the blitz coming, he knew where his one-on-one was. So,
Coach, with rain forecasted in the second half, how much is having a lead going into the second half helpful?
Huge. They're going to come with the pressure. There it is. Go on and run for days and nights and yards. Get the first.
Oh, that little hesitation. All right, what do you do here, Coach?
Who was that?
That was Kenny McIntosh.
Call a play before they check it. How about that poise there? We didn't make the first.
No.
I would punt this.
That's what's going to happen.
Or sneak it. Little man.
I don't think he got it.
The guy moved up on the spot. The guy moved up when he ran in. Did you see him? We didn't make it. Watch this guy move where the guy is right there and watch him move in as he's running. Got a good defense on it. He didn't make it. How about Burton in motion?
There you go. Well, that kind of ends that. Well, Oklahoma wins, Coach.
If I was Tennessee, I wouldn't take this penalty. I'd make him look at the ball and see if he made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oklahoma gets the interception in the end zone to win the game. So your Oklahoma team won.
Tennessee's not going to take the penalty yet. They're going to have.
Oof. Yeah, I thought that'd be a dead ball foul, isn't it?
I think if it's illegal motion, how can you
The play stops.
Kirby?
Tennessee takes the snap. It's 6:45, 6:44. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Well, there's a huge 1-2 play for you.
Double move.
Yep.
Coach, I see why you said you'd have punted.
DJ was right there.
The Tennessee takes a shot and it works out.
Yep.
Kirk Spears says that was too much of a risk deep in their own territory.
Man, that's just too.
I can see both sides of it because I really do think that Georgia is talented enough to get a yard almost at will.
Early in the game, Tennessee went for it and made it. So, I mean, but with our defense and we're ahead 14-7, it's probably better to punt. I mean, that's what.
Or bring in that jumbo package and pick up that 1 yard.
Yeah.
That sequence just really changed the momentum of the game, and so now Georgia's offense is going to have to kind of recapture it. And, I think you'd like to have some kind of drive here, Radi, that eats up the clock and gets you to halftime.
Yeah, you need something.
You need some points.
Yeah, you need some points. Go and take the lead into halftime. Kind of reassess some issues. I mean, Georgia's running the ball really well. Mm-hmm. They're picking up offense. It's just stupid mistakes. I think that you take away that crazy snap, and Tennessee's had one really big play. So,
Chadwick Ivory says, "Dang, we're giving them confidence."
Yeah. Hey, you let a team stick around. That's, and especially a Tennessee team. I mean, I'd hate to go back to like the olden days, but I've been on the sidelines covering these games where Georgia outmanned Tennessee And Georgia's had a huge lead, and then they just let Tennessee stick around. Hell, at Tennessee, you know, I remember watching guys bounce off Dobbs. Guys just bouncing off of him when they should be knocking him down. You know, I remember Jake Gaines just getting furious that they couldn't tackle him. He's like, well, you know, he's 115 pounds, and he's just running right over us, even though Georgia had a big lead. You can't let Tennessee stick around. You have to put them away when you got the chance, and that's not what Georgia's doing yet. So,
Yeah, well, I mean, other than 3 plays, this game has been dominated by Georgia. But those 3 plays for Tennessee equal 14 points.
right.
And one of those is a Georgia mistake. And really maybe 2 if you want to say it that way.
Right, that's why there's 2 plays. That, you have a bad snap and one long bomb that, you know, you shouldn't have. I mean, you got beat on that one. There's no 2 ways about it.
Well, he had good pressure. He had good position. He just didn't find the ball in the air. Right here. This is why I like to huddle up so everybody knows what to do. Holy moly.
All right, so Tennessee's about to kick off. It's 14-14. Georgia gets the ball with 6 minutes and change left in the first
Did you see the guy running in with the spot, though, the way he ran inside?
It's a good kickoff for Tennessee.
We had a chance to hit him back there, too. He did a double clutch and good throw.
Yeah, you got a little push off there, but not enough to get called for it.
Josh Shoemake says time to treat them like they're Auburn.
Oh.
Like what?
Like they're Auburn. Run over them is what he's saying.
We're certainly using McIntosh a lot more than we are Zamir.
Well, like I said in my column, I think Kenny Mack might be
Don't
the
get a
best.
delay.
Maybe the best tailback you got.
I like the reverse.
So did the camera guy. Jermaine Burton.
Jermaine Burton.
Finally ran the reverse, Roddy.
They've been calling it for 3 weeks. They're going to call that the Donnan special.
Good blocking downfield, too, here. Pickens.
Wow. John Fitzpatrick, too.
Very well, good concept on that play. Late hit. Swain answered the challenge here now. Let's go.
6:05, 6:04, 6:03, second quarter.
Oh, my goodness.
He had pressure bearing down on him.
Yes, he did, but
I can tell you one thing, they're bringing the corner blitz about as much as anybody in America.
There's your Boomer Sooner coach.
Yep.
Nothing like beating Texas, right?
It's a breakfast, lunch, and dinner game. Started at 11 o'clock.
.550 on the play clock. Tie game. Dejan Edwards catches the ball out of the backfield. Picks up 3.
I like the toss out wide just to kind of move to a different quadrant of the field. It was okay blocking, but it was well defended, and sometimes that happens.
Yep. All right, 3rd and 7, Coach. What are you doing here?
We're going to have to do something for the pressure. I mean, they've been doing a pretty good job on the crossing routes, but
looks like John Fitzpatrick is the tight end.
Work the middle of the field has been good, but they're going to probably be ready for it too.
Full receivers.
Tennessee timeout.
Yeah. All right. Again, I want to give a big shout out to our friends at Athens Ford. Let everybody know that the 2020 Ford Fusion If you want to get the new Fusion, it's $8,000 off. So can't beat that. Or you can get 0% APR financing for 60 months for qualified buyers. They have 57 of them on the lot. So no matter what trim package you want or what color you want, they probably have it. So the 2020 Ford Fusion, SE, SEL, or Titanium, $8,000 off. If you want a 2020 Ford Explorer, I have an Explorer. I have a 2016, which I bought from them. $9,000 off, or 0% APR financing for 60 months. In other words, 5 years of 0% financing. Can't beat that. Or say, no, give me your super low rate and give me $9,000 off the 2020 Ford Explorer. Or the if you want to get a Ford F-150, the best-selling truck in America, $14,000 off the 2020 Ford F-150 302A Crew Cab. If you want one of the Super Duties, you need to get over there and get your name on a list. They have not been able to keep up with demand. So, again, trucks are selling fantastic right now. Trucks are outselling cars. And if you want to get the Ford F-150, a new 2020, you can get one of those for $14,000 off. Just unreal deal on the Ford F-150. So I tell people to jump on that when they get a chance. Or if you want a little 2020 Ford Escape, $8,000 off in it. So that is a nice car if you're in town, run a lot of errands. You can't beat it. And again, like I said, any of their Ford certified pre-owned vehicles, 1.49% APR financing for 36 months on any of their pre-owned Ford certified vehicles. So big shout out to our friends at Athens Ford.
Who would have thought the defending national champions would have losses to Mississippi State and Missouri 3 games into this season?
I remember Drinkwitz being a little shell-shocked that that's the guy that that they got LSU in that expansion.
All right, CBS is running a little highlight package showing Stetson Bennett's scrambling ability.
The one thing that we got on these guys, the way they're playing the coverage, is a slant route. Not a crossing route, just a quick slant. They're playing outside technique. 3rd and 7, you got it if you want it.
Yeah.
It's White back in the game.
Who do you throw it to? Did you hit Demetrius with it, or?
George Pickens right there at the top.
Okay. Yeah.
Pressure got to him.
Yeah. We talked about the great protection they had on that 95-yard drive. He wasn't protected there. Is that 3 straight passes for Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah, here. They dialed up the pressure, coach. He threw the ball 3 times.
Yeah, that one right there is only 3-man rush and brought the guy late, though. It's a long kick. You got to make it, buddy.
Yeah. 46-yard attempt. Kick is up.
Bingo.
And it is perfect.
Yeah, that's right down Alps.
Jack Podlesny.
So as you're saying, kind of going into halftime, Georgia needed points on that drive. They got not exactly what they wanted. They wanted a touchdown, but
I like the reverse.
Yeah.
Well, and we're at a spot here where Georgia's defense had been imposing other than the touchdown pass, right?
Yeah.
So kind of reset that tone going into halftime.
Well, one thing, Jared Garantano's due for a turnover. He hadn't had one this year. We got to get a pick on him.
I've been so impressed with Georgia's kicking on kickoffs, field goals, extra points, everything. That's just one of those things that you don't always appreciate as much until you're not as steady at that position as you want to be.
Sorry, I'm bringing that up.
What seltzer do you have right there, Radi? I've been trying to peek over
I
your
went
shoulder.
black cherry, man. I went black cherry. 100 calories, refreshing, 5% APR.
Is that how you got so
APR.
slim and trim? Is the only 100 calories per can?
I stopped drinking those really malty beers, and those things are just ridiculous. Look, it's like 370 calories for
It's like eating a loaf of bread.
one serving, and then you look on the bottle, it's like 2.5 servings a bottle. You're like, Jesus. So these are a lot better, and they taste fantastic. You don't get lit up, but 5% alcohol by volume, you just can't beat it.
Captain Doggo, too, says the defense needs to come out and grab a turnover.
Yeah.
Be good.
Oh, screw it. Just go defensive score.
Get
There's
him
a return-
short.
Yeah, there's a returnable.
Get him down.
I just bragged on the kicking game, too.
Nate McBride
Lost
was right
containment,
there.
boy.
Yeah.
We bounced inside. We got break. That's a good return. They're on the 33-yard line.
You had two guys right there, and then they lost their lane assignments, Coach.
Yeah.
All right.
He's 8 out of 10.
Yeah, that's an 8 of 10 with a TD, 80 yards. That's not a bad day for Jarrett. 4:42 left
Yeah.
in the half.
We got our dime package in.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You missed.
Tell you, Garantano has been running for his life, but Georgia cannot get him
No, they're
in a position to lose yardage.
We covered them good
they're
that
about
time.
6 inches short.
Did they call a penalty there for out of bounds?
That's
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Georgia.
One's not in the
Yeah, I
game.
was about to say,
That's
one's
not George
one's-
Pickens.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Who's one for us?
Oh, I think George said something after. Yeah. So George went up and said something to him on the sideline.
Oh, come on, George.
We talked about the fact that that kid sometimes lets his emotions get the better of him. You know, when you're trying to throw a Georgia Tech player through a wall, or he talks a lot of smack, and you can't do that on the sideline.
Oh, he sprayed water on him.
Seriously? That's
406, 405.
Holden.
that's a garbage move.
That's just stupid stuff from George Pickens there. I mean, you can't.
It's childish, asinine.
And it hurt his team.
Yeah.
That guy on the other sideline, the ref, boy, he's spotting the ball. I mean, watch him come running in there.
All right, 3:38 to go. CBS getting a little stupid with their commercials. 3:28, 3:27, 3:26.
Oh, Lewis Seen. He caught the ball, but man,
Yeah.
he's going to remember that.
I don't like to see you do that after a guy makes a first down, though. Just stand up and let him go.
Brandon Johnson takes one hell of a hit there.
He's out.
No.
I tell you, the kid's accurate.
Yeah. Jarrett's feeling it. I mean,
Fortunate there.
.308, play under review. Georgia up 17-14.
What did he say?
So they think that his left foot was down when he had the ball in his hands, even though his right foot goes out of bounds. The ball hits his hands while his left foot is down, but does he have possession right there? So you look, it's right. The ball's when he snatches it together, his right foot is out of bounds. It's out of bounds.
Here's the verdict. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And that unsportsmanlike conduct call coming right back to bite you in the butt. Ball's up 21-17. All right, 3:08.
I'll tell you that George Pickens stunt, that's going to make some headlines after this for sure.
Yeah, and it should. That was just stupid.
Still, even without that, they hit two really good plays.
Converted that fourth down. That short yardage, that quick snap.
Quarterback's on fire right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they've hit every pass but two. I thought we could get to him better than this.
Mm-hmm. They are not
We've
getting
already
there.
given up more points than we have all year.
Yeah, you've only given up 18 points. 16 points the entire year.
But 7 of them were gift points. But
Yeah.
well, the second one's a gift too because we went for it on fourth down.
Not where you want to be.
Maybe we can get a drive here.
Yeah. Got plenty of time. 3 minutes and 8 seconds.
I've never seen a penalty like that on the sideline. And again, the coach is right. There's so much more that just happened there than that, but that didn't help.
No, just
The other
hosing
thing,
the guy down.
the other thing is
I cannot imagine the conversation between George
other
Pickens and
thing.
Kirby Smart.
What
right
we
now.
got to do right now is I don't know if we can keep pressing these guys like that. They're getting these easy releases off the line, and it's one man against one man for the whole game. I mean, they've had 2 plays where they beat Daniels and
Tyson
Campbell,
yeah.
and make them throw the ball in front of you. I mean,
Two of your best corner covers. And
Cheney would do that all day if you'll let him.
yeah. I tell you, that kid is special. Kenny
Great return.
McIntosh getting out past the 40-yard line with that return. And he kind of held up on the goal line. He was a little paused there. But I guess he was just trying to get his feet set in the blocks, coach, to come out of it. Out to the 42.
What do we got? 2 timeouts left or 1?
It's 2 left I saw because you burned 1 on that review.
That's correct.
Get your hands up when you come in there, Tyson. Tyreek Stevenson, jump up in the air.
Yeah.
All right, this is where you got to do something. They got the ball first there the second half.
Exactly. Wow.
Hey, Toto is just a tremendous player.
He is.
Lining them up deep and reading the back. Watch him come in there. Nobody touched him.
Georgia's had 5 plays for negative yards.
4 down.
224, 223.
There it is. There it is. Come on.
216, 215, 214.
It's going to set up about 3rd and 4.
Good Good block by McKitty there.
Yeah. Need a little blocking on the edge. 158.
We're not in any hurry here, that's for
yeah,
sure.
I'll say 155, 154, 3rd and 3.
1:48 on the game clock. Georgia trailing 21-17, 3rd and 3.
Georgia's going to snap the ball with 5 seconds left on the clock.
First down.
Get up there and go now.
Yeah, 136.
Go.
$127, 126, 125, 124.
McKitty over the middle.
Eddie over the wow.
What a talent. You got plenty of time now.
Yeah.
2 deep, man under, worked that yo-yo route. You see that?
I didn't think that was open.
He went running out and up on him.
$103.
See, I mean, when they show you the view that Stetson Bennett had, to see that McKitty was going to be open, that was impressive.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like it.
It was in the trips inside position, went out and up on the Sam backer. We got some people who attacked this man under, and the other thing is open is a quarterback run because they're playing man coverage. We got Kenny Mack in there, might run that angle route again.
Yeah. The one they ran with Zamir last week?
No, the one that Kenny caught before.
Okay.
You got to block the perimeter, baby. Good run, Burton. Great
Stayed
run.
with it.
Yeah.
We can go to Burma Road here now. We got 2 timeouts. What a run!
Look at Justin Schaefer out there, just throwing people around.
This is where we run RPO here. He's either going to hand the ball to White or he's going to throw the fade to Pickens or the fade to the field.
56 seconds. Justin Schaefer taking on Jalen McCullough, the safety, to get Georgia down that close.
Speed now, speed.
Beat him to the edge. Beat him to the edge. Don't worry about the stiff
Face
arm.
mask.
Run.
Boy, you thought he'd make that one.
Tackled him in bounds. You got to get moving. 44, 43.
I mean, why won't we call timeout here, really?
I don't know.
Get yourself straight.
Coach, what do you like around the goal line here?
That was a face mask. I like for us to get up and run some plays here.
30 seconds, 29, 28.
This is some kind of rollout in the flat.
Dan Cleveland may have made a touchdown.
Timeout.
Timeout. 16 seconds.
I like that call.
Yeah.
Dan Cleveland was pushing.
And look at Justin Schaefer again, right there with that push. But yeah, Ben just laying everybody forward.
We're going to come with the power now. Call
Jalen
one more
Carter
time.
time.
Just amazing how we've kept these guys in this game. That's a horse collar tackle, isn't it?
I don't think they got his hand on the inside. You'd like to see that cup.
Surely we're going to run the power package here.
You got one timeout left. This where you run it or you fake it and then roll out?
No, I think you go for it here. Make them stop you.
Yeah.
It's a great march here. I mean, Burton's been big in this half. You got a run and a...
So they got Jordan Davis listed at 330 pounds.
Let them break the huddle here. They were waiting on that one. Timeout.
They not. Oh, he's waiting just to kick the field goal.
No, kick a field goal here. Carter.
No, they got nothing.
But, Coach, if you weren't going to kick a field goal, why are you waiting for the time? He was waiting for it to get down to 4 seconds.
Because you're going to have one play regardless, whether you go for it or not. Fourth down, right?
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, you could be right, but I mean, hey.
4th and goal.
They almost didn't even give us a timeout.
Yeah. One second left. Georgia down by 4.
I mean, he might be going to kick it here.
Same boys.
You're right, Coach. That's why you're the coach.
Make sure that the defense is already up there and don't come out of the huddle until that guy gets out of the way. He might.
Tennessee timeout.
Yeah.
A little chess game happening here.
The one thing he could do is fake it up in there and bootleg it, but I don't know.
That's what I was talking about earlier. It's like that you fake it, because everyone's going to pile down to the, fill in all the gaps. Everyone's right there, and you just go around the edge.
Yeah. They're going to butcher knife bandit here. They're going to dive over the top to try to stop you.
Yeah. So if he holds onto it and rolls, I don't like everybody holding their hands up like they're not sure what the hell's going on.
They know.
Okay, just when you go Georgia's had the ball almost 9 minutes more than Tennessee has. That's what happens when you give them a touchdown.
I could see Tennessee calling another timeout.
Yeah. He got it that time. No?
That guy ain't going to give you a mark up at the top.
Yeah, that guy has been just...
Did not get it, no. All right, so Georgia's going to go into halftime. Down 21.
Did they trip over 70 there? Did he trip?
It did kind of look like that.
There's a hole there. Did he trip?
I'll tell you, there's been, in that half, there were 3 or 4 times where it was a millimeter, a Tennessee first down.
He tripped over our own player there.
Yeah.
Georgia not getting a first down. Georgia not getting that touchdown.
I can't quite see it with the Channel 46 breaking in.
I'm going to pull up some stats here for halftime. We can. I'm going to read some stats real fast.
You can go ahead and take your call and step out there. So not the...
I don't think we expected Georgia to be down, especially early in the second quarter, how that felt. Just the wheels came off.
Yeah. I mean, well, it was set by that again, that's why I was asking Coach, is the offense tight? When you have a situation where guys are making stupid penalties, you get beat on 2 long pass plays, you're just missing blocks, just allowing a lot more penetration than you would ever expect. They're not blocking the backside guys. That B gap seems to be giving up guys, consistently. It's just.
You want some stats?
Sure, hit us up with stats.
First downs, Georgia 15, Tennessee 8. Total yards, Georgia 225, Tennessee 143. Passing yards are about equal. Tennessee has 124 and Georgia 128. Tennessee only has 19 rushing yards. Georgia has
all through
97.
the air, the 2 long bombs.
Georgia has 2 penalties for 25 yards. Tennessee has 7 penalties for 69 yards. Georgia leads on time of possession. Look, I mean, this is pretty simple to me. The bad snap that led to points to start the game for Tennessee. Kirby choosing to go for it.
The 4th down call that you didn't get. And again, you 4th down, you didn't get it. And then you
By that much.
Yeah, and then you try to do it again on 4th down on the goal line. You don't get it.
Yep.
You know? So the guy who's uber conservative, Kirby Smart, always plays with percentages, getting a little aggressive here and paying for it. You know, and I get it. When you have that jumbo package, I'm all for it. I'm probably the guy that's usually screaming, "Hey, you've got that, you know."
Me too.
That your jumbo with bringing in big Jordan Davis and Carter. I mean, not Carter. Jalen Carter. You bring those 2 in, and you've been getting that over and over again. You bring that in your 4th down package, but you don't get it, and then
I always just think if you can't get a yard, you probably don't deserve to win.
Yeah.
And there's 2 occasions there that Georgia didn't get the yard.
Yeah, but you can say that, but when they have 9, 10 guys in the box, you shouldn't be able to get a yard. So you got to do something to throw them off. You can try to manhandle your guy for a yard, but if you're head up, and the guy comes through, then it's just one-on-one behind the line of scrimmage. So to me, it's just some. I don't want to sound like this, but I almost be like, "Hey, Kirby, go back to being conservative."
Yeah.
All right,
Do we want to play a commercial or fast? Head into a break, and then we'll be back just before the second half.
That sounds good.
All right. So thanks to our friends.
Be sure to stick around, folks.
Bud Light Seltzer. We will be back. This will be a slideshow that's up here for a few minutes. So when we come back, we're going to reshare this on all our social channels. Please join us because I think we've got a pretty eventful second half on the way.
It's going to be wild, folks.
Athens Ford makes buying a car or truck easy, safe, and more affordable than ever. During the Athens Ford Model Year-End Clearance Event, use Easy Purchase Online to shop hundreds of new Fords, all with our 100% price protection guarantee. Plus, save big with F-150s up to $14,000 off, and Expeditions up to $15,000 off. All new Fords include our lifetime warranty and complimentary delivery. Plus, pick up and drop off with every service. We're lending a hand to keep you going and keep you safe. Athens Ford, where we do it all for you.
Team that gets the breaks that they had, and they made some of them. You give them credit for stopping us on 4th down twice, once out on the 40-yard line and then once on the goal line. But you got to convert those plays if you're going to go for it. If you don't make it, you give them great field position. They scored in one play, and then the other time they had the drive where we gave them 15 yards on George Pickens on a just ridiculous squirting a water bottle on them. But you know, with all those things happening, it's kind of like Arkansas game, but this is a better team than Arkansas. And the fact we're down at halftime, we just got to go in there and understand that we're not quite as good as we think we are. And the guys playing pass defense, you got to understand they're going to take the shots on you. Maybe we need to bail a little bit and not play so much press coverage on them because they've hurt us twice with that.
Seems like they're getting a lot of penetration on the line as well. How do you...
Well, they're getting some penetration, and they're getting backside help too, which we talked about. That's where the reverse work. They're bringing the backside edge because they're not worried about any keep of the quarterback. And looks like they're taking Henry, the good linebacker, Toto, and just spying on whoever the one back is, and he's making some good inside-out plays. But overall, we've had some nice marches. Just not many points to be in the red zone there. You got to get 7 or 3 there, but the thing that worries me right now as much as anything going into the second half is we could get some weather in here, and it's going to be hard to catch up if you don't get ahead.
Yeah.
So been fortunate to play weather-free here so far, but hopefully we won't get any. And but if all of a sudden you get a torrential downpour, a lot of wind, and anything can happen. You know, our kicking game continues to be good. We hit a good field goal. We had a good, really good punt, downed them inside the 5. We've only punted once, haven't we?
That's all I remember.
And
you had the ball 10 minutes more than they
had. A great kick return too on it. But you know, when you're a good team, you talk to your team is don't let doubt creep in. Don't look at the scoreboard. Just understand. We got 30 minutes left to go out and assert our will on them and make sure we don't give them any more help. Whether it's a holding penalty for a motion penalty there, when Burton, you know, even if we'd have made it, we wouldn't have. We'd have had to punt because he wasn't lined up.
But then giving them the ball instead, I still don't understand that. Is that a live action penalty or instead of dead ball? I don't understand why with Burton in motion. They call him.
Well, the thing
Tennessee
about
was able to
the difference is, if you get a motion penalty and they blow the whistle to stop it, then you don't have a play. But they didn't. They just called him on the perimeter and didn't stop the play. So that's what I thought. But,
okay.
Caleb Hurto says the O-line is not getting it done at all. Kirk Spears says that Georgia should have punted twice.
When was the other one?
I know one saying we had the one punt, and he's saying that on that 4th and 1.
Oh yeah, that would have been. I was saying we should have punted before we came out of the huddle, but especially when they hadn't done anything on offense, we gave them some really good juice there. The risk wasn't worth the reward to me. But you know, it's easy for me to say sitting here. But I got to say this: that they're playing. They're taking Pickens away and figuring out who else can we throw it to. You know, I mean, they're really doing a good job of playing somebody over the top on him, and they're doing a good job of mashing him at the line. So you either got to line him up inside, or you got to, just be content to throw the ball to our inside guys.
Doesn't seem like Kyrus Jackson has had the game that he had last week. Is that
I forgot to put my mask on.
Is that a coverage issue, or what's going on there?
No, I mean, I don't know if there's nothing.
Scheming. They're like, hey,
Stetson doesn't have as much time, for one thing.
and that would do it too. I mean, they finally got a sack on Stetson. They've chased him quite a few times. Again, that's why I was saying. To me, it just seems like the penetration has been there over and over and over again. He has had a couple very clean pockets to sit in, and when he has, he's.
Well, give us his stats. Give us his, and Garantano's hit everything he's thrown.
Yeah, Garantano at one point was 8 of 10. You're going to complete 80% of your passes. That's going to be a.
As the third quarter is about to begin, I just want to reset. This is the UGA Sports Watch-Along Show with head coach Jim Donnan, Radi Nabulsi, and me, Dayne Young from UGASports.com. This is a second screen experience. Please share with your friends, and we will help you sync up with your TV so you can hear us and our commentary as you watch Georgia play Tennessee here in the second half. So right now we're seeing Gary Danielson and Brad Nessler in the CBS booth. Tennessee does get the ball to start the second half, and the kickoff just went through the end zone. So first play of the third quarter is about to happen.
What's the stats there?
Stetson Bennett is 9 of 15 for 128 yards. Garantano is 11 of 13.
Tennessee takes the snap. It's a handoff. About a 1 yard gain. 14:55, 14:54, 14:53, third quarter. Alex says, I'm praying. I understand. Dean Butler says, hunker down.
False start penalty.
You live or die with those kind of plays. When you go up and try to run on a quick count and the defense moves, you get a penalty, and that's what's. This is so huge here to get a stop here on this first drive.
Oh, well, let's remember, too, that other than 2 pass plays, for the most part, Tennessee has struggled to move the ball on Georgia.
They did hit a couple on us over the middle, but other than that.
But I'm just telling you, Garantano being 11 of 13, that's a hell of a day.
That's the way to cover.
That's a big play by Eric Stokes with the pass breakup.
Where's he from?
Eastside!
Newton County, baby. Right next to the best place in town. Best place in the state. Conyers, Georgia. Rockdale County. But he's one of the Newton guys that, kind of our little cousins, our younger brothers we like to bring in.
Third down and 14. 14:20 left in the third.
We got him. Get the ball! Yes, sir! You got the ball, too, Largy.
Aziz Ojulari. Aziz the disease with the strip sack and recovery.
That's what we need, and now let's stick it in there.
Who was it just said get the ball back for the defense?
Get the damn ball.
Were you the one calling for the defensive turnover?
Watch this power rush here.
Hey, 2 guys took on Jalen Carter, so that's a team effort, too.
Big time. First turnover year for the Vols. Couldn't have been a nicer time.
That is an all-SEC. Hell, that's an all-American play right there.
David Pollock type play.
David Pollock's like, yeah, that's how I used to do it. Of course, David would just take it from the South Carolina quarterback and just score. Why leave it up to the offense?
First turnover.
All right.
Keep the ball on the edge one time.
Georgia in the red zone, 14-12. No, they went right up the middle to
Zamir White, no gain.
where there are 75 white jerseys.
Well, there wasn't any movement there. I mean, there weren't that many. You got to.
No, there were 75.
But here's the thing, though. You don't need to throw the ball on first down there when you just got the ball in a 4-down zone. I mean, hey, now you can mix it up here. I think you got to work the Pickens or
13:43.
Roll him out.
13:40, 13:39, third quarter, 13:37. 2nd and 10.
I think is that Xavier Truss in the game? Out there at right tackle?
Georgia's trusted Jermaine Burton to make some plays with quick passes, trying to get him in the open field.
No,
Like
no, it's Warren McClendon right now, but I could have sworn
70.
I saw 78.
What's the penalty? Hope the kid's not hurt.
No word.
Do they just have a flag down there or what?
Referees are
It says
discussing.
flag, but I don't see a.
Called a chop block.
I was. Well,
Yeah, can't have that.
Ben went high on him and the other guy went low. The scheme there was to make it look like they're rushing and chopping, but you can't block both of them. Two guys can't block one. Bad penalty there, dogs.
Hey, Roddy, can you check our secondary camera for me, please?
Yes, sir.
Watch your mic.
Yep, take it with me.
Thank you, sir. Might have to clear the card.
Yep.
That's holding, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Darnell
Trying to
Washington
work
on the
on
outside.
Darnell there.
Arm was held.
I like it.
I mean, that guy's going to be a mismatch on anybody out there.
I should just get you squared away.
Thank you, sir.
$12.51.
They call it on us. It's called offensive pass interference.
Weekly tweet about penalties.
That's where your freshman.
See, I don't know about all that.
That's garbage.
This guy on that sideline is calling an unbelievable game for them.
But he's right there. Jeremy Pruitt's in his ear every snap, every play. And I'm not saying Jeremy's working him, but he is right there in front of the Tennessee bench, and he's the one that's been giving you really bad spots.
Draw up the middle.
Like the call there.
Yeah.
Get the field goal.
Now,
So second down, we had chop block, and then we had the pass interference.
pass interference. So,
Just shoot yourself in the foot, man.
yeah. You get the big turnover, and you just.
How about a shot to his head there? You can look back on that one now.
Hey, they threw
That's
a punch.
throw. Good.
Hey, review it.
Oh, come on.
You got to review that.
Kick is up and good. Georgia cuts the lead to 1. Tennessee now leads 21-20. I'll tell you, we've seen some players do some boneheaded things in this game, both sides. You can't be throwing punches and doing stuff like that.
That's just,
You got away with that one.
Well, Georgia came out, got a turnover, got some points. Still trailing, but I think you have to like how that defense was looking.
so it's the escalation. You spray water on the guy when he's out of bounds, give him 15 yards, and then you retaliate with a wild-ass roundhouse or hard jab punch there, you know.
I've never understood punching people that have helmets on. Never made sense to me.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, it does rock your head back a little bit, but when I threw a punch, it was always try to get underneath the face mask. You throw an uppercut.
Oh, so you're the guy in the game that did throw a punch.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if it happened, it was a uppercut, and you got to be careful that the guy doesn't lower his head at the last second and you break your hand apart on his face mask. Not that ever happened to me, and nor that I ever did that, and I claimed the fifth.
I think you just got to be sure that there's no retaliations or anything escalates, because this kind of stuff, you don't want to get the stupid penalties like Texas A&M had earlier against Florida in that first half.
Well, that's just a bullshit punch, and I hope they're showing that over and over again inside the stadium. You want to get the guys back focused again. It's kind of like.
But what's the replay guy looking at?
He's probably the same guy on the far side who can't spot the ball. Man, just insane.
Well, look, Georgia plays the best football when the defense is on the field. So
yeah. Kyle Lane says it's such a bad punch it didn't get called. And I like our friends at Georgia 365. They're really good friends of ours, kind of a sponsor of our show. He says, squirt water on someone, a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty, throw a punch, it's all good. Yeah. But again, you're just killing yourself with penalties and mistakes. If you can pull this one out, it doesn't look good heading into Alabama, but if you can pull this one out by just being, by out-talenting Tennessee, that'd be good. But you've got to stop these stupid penalties.
How many penalties we have? Like 8?
Hang on. I got it right in front of me.
kick lands at the 4. Tennessee's returning the ball.
I didn't say.
11:55, third quarter.
Georgia has 3 penalties for 40 yards.
Seemed like more.
I know. Tennessee has 8 for 74 yards. So, but I mean, think about it, 3 for 40 yards. That's almost 15 yards a pop.
$11:49, 11:48, 11:47, third quarter.
So Kenny Mack has run the ball 7 times for 48 yards. Jermaine Burton has 1 carry for 43 yards. Samir White, 15 carries for 31 yards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tennessee going with a power running game. Yeah. Lead themselves to 3rd and 2.
Pretty good run.
Yeah.
11:18, 11:17.
Georgia thinking ahead here. If you score, be thinking about going for 2.
Yep.
Trying to hit the back out of the backfield. Oscar!
There it is, Eric Stokes.
I like old Garantano playing my game now. I mean,
but again,
I think our boy Brent said he's either going to get good Garantano or bad, and right now he's being very good to us.
Yeah.
Good pressure there. He tried to hit the back early. He had him.
Corner blitz. Or not corner, that was a nickel, right?
Yeah.
2 second half Tennessee possessions, 2 Jared
Great
Grant
play by
turnovers.
Tyreek. Way to get in there.
So does he come in from the dime or the nickel?
I think we had nickel because it's 3rd and 2.
Okay. I hate when they don't give us a big enough shot so you can see the whole screen. Hey, back-to-back big weeks for the man who didn't have an interception previous. This is where you can put the game out of reach. I'm just saying, you just lay it on them. You get that mental acuity, that everything's been breaking Tennessee's way. And then all of a sudden they're like, okay, Georgia reasserts themselves.
Oh yeah, make them start doubting themselves.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't score, you get it by 1 score and call it done. I'm just saying this is where you can kind of get back to, okay, you guys had a nice run.
Yeah,
it's over. You know.
In the last we got 14 points early, but the last 3 times we either gotten 3 or nothing.
Right.
We got the 12 in there again. He's going to try to work this sideline over here.
Oh.
There's one that's tipped on the. See him work the little 2 route over here with a flat with the hitch with the McKitty. Too bad he had him.
Yeah, I did. 10-22, 3rd and 7. Stetson Bennett 9 of 18 on the day.
Some more pressure.
3-man. Oh, jeez.
A lot of disguise there by Pruitt. Showing you pressure and then backing up. Did nothing with his turnover.
Yeah.
Taking away the under route.
Yep.
How far is this one, Dane?
It's a little bit he made the 47. I think this is a
51.
51.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Great time for a fake.
Hey, you want an MVP?
kicker,
You might
man.
have him.
What a kicker.
Whoa.
I ain't gonna lie, I'd never heard of that kid until a few weeks ago, and here he is.
Well, that's why if you're a reader at UGA Sports, before the season started, we told you he was going to be the kicker, and we actually did a rather extensive story on his background.
That was a good scoop.
Yeah, Dash reached out to some of the folks down in Savannah where, he knows a lot of those guys. He grew up down there, and we had the good scoop that he was going to be the starter, plus we had a good background on him, so very excited for Jack. I think that's you're coming in and you're replacing Rodrigo Blankenship. That is a big order for anybody, and I thought he's handling it very well. So 10 minutes and 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Georgia up 23-21 on back-to-back turnovers.
Really should be really glad to hit that one, boy. That's
Yeah.
a nice hit.
That's not what you're expecting when you get your second turnover in as many drives and you're having to knock down a
You give
51-yarder.
Tennessee credit for that
Yeah.
third down coverage, though. They jumped inside the crossing route and didn't let him get there. And then
Yep. That second down, the batted ball, that's just good coaching, Hey, everybody jump.
I think we got to throw play action on first down now because they're playing the run so hard. Was Pickens got one pass today or two?
They had the one.
Caught the one on the boundary on his back.
Yeah.
Less than 5 minutes into
One
the
catch,
second
11
half.
yards. Sorry.
Huh? What'd you say, Dave?
Less than 5 minutes into the second half, I think you have to like how, especially Georgia's defense, has forced Quarantano into 2 turnovers. But getting the lead back so quickly, well done.
And so George Pickens has 1 catch. Kyrus Jackson has 1 catch. Kenny McIntosh has 2. Trey McKitty has 2. Dejon Edwards caught 1, and John Fitzpatrick caught 1. So Georgia's not really killing it through the air. But, they're about the same as Tennessee. Tennessee has 124 passing yards. Georgia has 128 passing yards.
That kick would have been good from 60,
Kid's got a leg.
maybe more.
We could have a Lou Groza Award winner 2 years in a row.
Let's see if he can kick the... There we go. Right out of the back of the end zone.
He's riding high.
Yeah. So touchback for Georgia. And we're looking at 10 minutes and 11 seconds in the third.
Coach, there's a little bit of a debate in our YouTube chat about, is the quarterback play not as good right now? Is it the protection? What are you seeing offensively?
I think they're just doing a good job covering our receivers and not getting any rhythm throws. Nothing wrong with the protection or the quarterback either. They're just mixing up their coverages and playing their routes.
10 minutes, 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Georgia holds a 23-21 lead. 1st and 10 for Tennessee.
A lot of time.
No flags, no flags.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
Good deal.
Well, that was,
I guarantee we pressed the heck out of them, don't we?
yep.
Hell of a game from Eric Stokes.
Boot.
Yep. And nobody out there.
Get him down. Hey, nobody's even over there. Was he outside the tackle box?
I guess
Just barely,
I
I
think he
think.
rolled a little bit to his right to get out. If he tucked and run to his right, there was nobody there. Yeah, so he did actually roll to his right. He was on the hash mark when he threw it.
I could see Chaney running the draw here.
Yeah.
No chance on a turnover. Pruitt's in his ear.
It's 3rd and 10. 9:56 left in the third quarter.
They're not going to do there. They're going to try to work the boundary.
Yep.
Oh, come on. You going to get in the mark. That's right, Daddy.
Yeah. That guy has been a Tennessee spotting machine.
Check that right here now.
Lewis Seen getting him.
Rare missed tackle from Nakobe Dean.
That's a double snap there. I wish you'd show that again on that. The guy drag his foot across there? Yep, double snap.
Wow.
Tyson Campbell wants his pick.
Yep.
Be careful hitting that quarterback late.
Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. When you see him coming up off the ground, you just know this there. Oh, he should have had that one. .9:23 left in the third.
Come on, Cade. He's going by Georgia snap count instead of Tennessee.
.9:21 left in the third quarter. Tennessee 2nd and 20.
And there's 10 penalties for Tennessee.
Gray's a good running back.
Gray is
Let him run right there all day if they want to on second down.
Gray's a monster.
A couple weeks in a row, Georgia's seen some good running backs because Tank Bigsby looks like the real deal at Auburn, too.
Yes, he is.
We got him here.
Gotta get him down.
Nakobe made a tackle that time.
Yeah.
They gave us some help with those two penalties there. 1st and 20 is hard.
I got to say, I like Jim Chaney's play call there. Throwing the ball to Gray. That kid in the open field is a bear. But
I can
as
tell
you
you
point out,
what,
bigger play, Nakobe Dean getting him down.
it's the first time today they really punted on their end of the field that I can remember.
Yeah.
We got a chance for a punt return on these guys. We really do.
I mean, Tennessee's offense has not done a whole lot today.
Have 172 total yards.
Oh, me.
Is this going
Boy,
to be
he got that one.
Good punt.
Were you worried about running into the punter, Coach?
Yeah. Let's get the play action pass on 1st down.
Darth Flyer says, why does our defense always have to save us? And Georgia's defense is really good now.
Well, that's part of it. It's a team game. Gave up 2 touchdown passes in the first half, though.
Yeah, that's not exactly saving you.
John Wittenberg says, throw a flag on Pruitt for yelling at the official without his mask on. I don't know if that's technically a penalty by law, but it's probably worth a phone call from the conference.
It's bad form. I mean, you got to be a example, I guess, for your players. I'm hitting up the Bud Light Seltzer, the cranberry version. Now, the cranberry with little Tito's vodka is fantastic.
How many different flavors do they have?
7 to my knowledge, because I'm thinking they started out with the black cherry, the lemon lime, the strawberry, and the mango, and then in the remix box they came out with the grapefruit,
Cranberry.
the cranberry, and the pineapple. And they kept the black cherry in both the original and the remix because the black cherry is so badass. So again,
Impressive.
7 different flavors. You get the variety pack, or you get the variety remix pack. You take that to your tailgate, you take that to your party, and everybody gets something.
Show
they
off
like.
this remix pack.
Remix.
Look at
I
that.
like it.
Yeah, that stuff is fantastic. So,
These are back here with me. Thank you, Radi. Thank you, Leon Farmer.
I'm counting those.
You can get a couple of cases and put them in the back of your Ford truck, right?
Exactly.
Put
Put them in the back of a Ford F-150, you know. You want to do a little tailgating, or in the back of a Ford Explorer. I guarantee you, a Ford Explorer will fit hundreds and hundreds of those sons of guns, because I can tell you that from experience when I brought them over here.
And where did you get yours? Ford Explorer?
I got it at Athens Ford.
That's
Now, they
good.
didn't have that cool 3 years, 1.49% APR financing when I bought mine, but they did have a great financing deal. I financed it, I think, over 4 years and got a great deal. And it felt like a brand new car. Those certified pre-owned Fords, magnificent. You feel like you're buying a brand new one, but you don't have that huge hit, that depreciation. You let somebody else take the depreciation hit, then you get one for with 30, 40,000 miles on it, and I've doubled the mileage on mine and paid half as much as it would have been new, but it felt like a brand new car. So, but now you get 1.49% for 3 years for qualified buyers. So head out to Athens Ford and hit them up.
Going in there with a heavy package here with Darnell Washington, tight end. Might run that toss over here.
There's that toss.
Oh, a little face mask there.
That was a good call by the old coach there, wasn't it?
Yeah, how did you know that?
It's a good block from McKitty by himself
Yeah.
on the outside, too.
We just don't be afraid to run it again here. I mean, just take care of the football. They're not playing our slot receiver with a man on him. There he comes out there late.
Yeah.
Just tiptoe in there.
Yeah, they bring one extra guy, and that's what the 6th or 7th negative play for Georgia.
Got Schaefer and Salyer pulling.
Yeah.
Turn it up right there.
Yeah, Schaefer blocks him to the outside, and that's exactly where Zamir White runs.
3rd and 8, 7:08, 7:07, 7:06 left into the third quarter.
4-man rush.
Jeez. It's okay.
Georgia going backwards.
I like the call there, though. I mean, hey, punt it. Don't give him a turnover. Too bad he had something there.
A little delayed draw there, Coach.
Yeah. All right, let's get down there now. We've been kind of lulling asleep all year because we've been kicking on their side of the field. We got to get down there.
Think they come after this one?
No.
You're getting great field position. Why would you? Oh, a little holding there,
Oh,
too.
my gosh, what a punt.
God, no, thunderfoot. You talk about a thunderfoot.
I can't wait to see what this one pops up as. That is a hell of a boot.
That's why it's good to play it safe on 3rd down there. You got a punter like that.
See that smirk on his face when he came back to the sideline? He knew he boomed that thing.
I think is Coach making a change here at quarterback, or is he going to look like Dayne Young? Oh, they call a timeout.
Punt him all the way back to the 24.
I mean,
out of his
to
own
flip
end
the
zone.
field like that.
64-yard punt, Coach.
Aces.
64 yards.
These two guys kicking the ball for Georgia, I'm not saying that they're saving the game, but, man, they're helping get things back on track.
Exactly.
Such a weapon in the punt game.
I had a 68-yard punt one time against South Carolina. The only problem, the guy ran it back 98. I got slowed down. And Bobby Bryant, the guy ended up playing for South Carolina, he's in the South Carolina Hall of Fame and played for Minnesota Vikings, the corner. First game ever played at our new stadium at State. Went over his head, went back there inside the 2 and picked it up and went 98 yards.
You didn't tackle him?
No, he undressed me. So I feel good about the kick, but my tackling
did you
was,
try?
I did, but
Okay.
the whole couple next weeks, I had to spend 5 minutes a day practicing tackling instead of playing quarterback, and I had a chance later in the year, and I made a pretty good open field tackle, but that wasn't one of my strengths. But
Yeah.
and that's just the way it is. But
I got you.
Chadwick Ivory in the chat says that he does not understand why it was 3 straight runs. Coach, is that because of where the field position was at the time?
yeah, I mean, the only way they're in the game is our gifts to them. Hey, don't take a chance on a tip ball, anything there. Just play it safe.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get the ball out in regular field position. They were on the inside their 20. I mean, I thought it was good play calling myself.
Yeah, you can remember when Georgia was on like the 40-yard line of Tennessee. It was 3 straight passes when they went 3 and out. Because they were being a little more aggressive there.
Yeah,
So when you're inside your own 20, you don't putting the ball in the air is not one of Kirby's.
They're playing
runs.
field position there. I like it.
Jacob Plunkett says, "Why are we keep giving the ball to Zamir when Kenny
Do
McIntyre?"
reverse. Make a play now.
Richard LeCount.
Richard LeCount,
Wonderful.
big lick. I like that tweet, Dane. You get to the back of my head. So attractive.
Oh, yeah, man.
Look like I got a bag of hot dogs back there.
Tyson Campbell just made such a play.
Oh my goodness. Defense is really trying to bail Georgia out in this game. I can't imagine what that halftime conversation was.
The defense has played well all day.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there was 2 turnovers and they did get burned on 2 touchdown passes. So
They had the one march where they hit the ball over the middle twice and then threw the bomb. But
yeah,
this is another big third down here. Let's
Third and
get some
13.
pressure.
5:27.
You got him? Oh, pick it up! Pick it up!
don't let me.
Pick it up! Excuse me for yelling.
That's okay. The mics don't have the dynamic range, but that's all right. Wanya Morris back there, big number 64.
They can't block us on third down. Look at this rush here.
God, Adam Anderson is just a freak when he comes off the line.
Was 68 for them who used to play for Georgia?
No, that was 64 that got blown
It was
past.
68.
It was 68.
You sure?
Watch
Yeah,
him.
we just watched it.
He's coming back there to try to
He's
help.
in the back of the screen.
Oh, well, I'm saying, yeah, at the back end. I'm talking about the guy that,
Adam Anderson
Adam
went
Anderson
around
ran past.
68.
Coach is right, Roddy.
well, just because I've had like 7 of these things to drink, I
Trust
can't
the
tell the
coach,
difference
Roddy.
between 64 and 68.
Early coming on the storm mode here.
Fair catch back here, Shaq's on the Bulldogs 38.
Yeah, they're showing a tornado warning for Carroll County, Coweta County, and Fulton County on the broadcast we're
Give
seeing.
us a split screen here. Call it.
Looks like they can't figure out how to do the split screen like they want.
Yeah, they don't seem to have that down pat.
Now you're in position to run the play action on first down.
4:28, third quarter. Georgia has a 2-point lead. Here comes the snap to Stetson Bennett. Jermaine Burton.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, Trey Hill.
Way to be there, Trey Hill, to catch the steal.
That was a little flea flicker to Trey, from Trey Burton to that's Trey to Trey.
They practice that all the time, right?
What the heck's he doing down there? That's so awesome. He's coming down to block, and they just hand him the ball.
Well, he's in weird plays in this game.
Yeah.
We got to wrap the ball up.
Does he get a reception for that?
I'd like to see him Bowman roll it on down. Way to hustle.
Okay, that's got to be in the film. Don't lie. That's a hustle play.
Give him a lot of credit for hustling there.
Yep, and that's exactly what I'm doing here.
Nice plays there on play action on first down.
So many people would have just stopped.
Oh yeah.
Wow. High school coach was going to have that one ready for.
To make up for that 7 he gave him on the snap.
That's it.
He wanted his own 7. 4:05, 4:04, third quarter, 4:03, 4:02. This Dejan Edwards running about a yard.
Georgia is not getting the push on the line like we saw last week.
I'm a bit surprised not to see some more Kendall Milton. Coach, here's that graphic that you've been pretty much talking about for the last month of where Georgia's offensive line went last year, and it's the NFL essentially.
We need to get score here. Going empty.
Frankie Smith said, "Look how little that football looks in Trey Hill's hands."
It does look like one of those little novelty footballs you get, at a birthday party or something.
Shit.
All right, so it's going to be 3rd and 10.
You're getting their hands up, boys.
Yep.
3:14.
Go on and run something quick on them so they can't sub on you. I mean, the guy's going to knock it down when he's unblocked.
Yeah. They brought 6.
Is this a timeout, Tennessee? Yes, it is. Is Pruitt just saying something that he wants to change up their coach? Why would he call that timeout?
I think the fact that we've been taking our time and they've been able to sub to get their players in, and right there we were going to run a quick play, and he didn't have the right defense in the game. They've been going nickel and dime based on our personnel, and in that situation, we had a guy uncovered, so he called timeout. We're doing absolutely nothing with field position in this half. Have we made one first down or 2?
In the second half?
I know we had to pass to Burton,
Yeah,
but have we made more than one first down?
Off the top of my head, I don't believe.
The first possession, we got the penalties and had to kick a field goal. Second one, I don't know that we made one first down, have we?
Yeah, because the possession that was so far in Georgia's territory, the 3 runs, didn't get the first down, and Georgia
Look at the drive
flipped the
chart
field
here.
position. All right, pretty big play here, guys. Got a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 7, isn't it?
What did I say, 2? It's
Yeah.
3rd and 10.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 and 7. It's 9.5 here.
We're working together, Coach.
Like they didn't have anybody on him, Roddy. That's why they called timeout. All right, too late. 3-man rush. There you go.
is.
Oh, jeez.
Let him rush 3. That's the way.
Yeah.
That's a
But
nice.
even then, Warren McClendon had his hands full.
Yeah, you're gonna have your hands full to get college football players. I mean,
I'm just
This
saying.
is the SEC, right?
I'm just saying it looked like a fraction of a second more, and all of a sudden he stopped.
It's good layered route.
Yeah,
there.
I was just about to say the same thing. They had those layers set up.
They call a timeout again.
Tennessee, another timeout.
That's it for you. Can't take them back to Knoxville. Here's the thing that's happening now. They lost number 2, got hurt, so they didn't have their substitution package right.
Right.
But we didn't get to see it. You were looking up a thing for me, but they had numbers Burton out there with nobody on him when we went no huddle, and that's why they called timeout the time before.
That was a 20-yard pass to Kyrus Jackson.
John Adams says Tennessee's calling a good defensive game and really only allowing short yards to Georgia. Lump Dog says Peach County tough for Kyrus.
Yep.
Very true.
You can hit him. You can't break him. You can hit him all you want.
Tells you how important Jeremy Pruitt thinks this possession is when he calls 2 timeouts to get things reset like he wants to.
Yep.
Well, get a touchdown, here's a two-score game.
Yep.
Richard Allen says, Coach, what about a screen?
Screen's good. We've thrown some outside screens. We haven't done any short screens, but I don't mind going back to the running game here. I mean, even though the running game hadn't been good, I mean, some kind of toss play instead of running this inside. But we got Edwards in the game looking for speed, I guess.
1st and 10,
Where's
2:50 left in the third.
Bring in Kenny McIntosh. He's healthy. I'd like to see him. Nothing against Dejon Edwards, but Kenny's just a game changer. Well, I'm going to throw it to Kenny. Kyrus Jackson again.
He faked the screen and then
He
threw it.
did.
I like that play.
Who was this asking about the screen?
Oh, don't get a penalty.
That was Richard Allen.
We can't block an open field without holding.
Kyrus is a smart football player,
I
man.
didn't see a hole.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Schaefer? Yeah.
Well, that happens sometimes when you throw a fake screen, and the guy coming out there has got to be careful about turning up. Boy, how many different penalties can we get today?
Get
we
the
hadn't
rule book.
had that many, but
It's been about one of every kind.
see, he's down the field, and you can go down the field if you throw the ball behind the line, but it wasn't behind the line.
All right, 1st and 15, 2:43 left in the third quarter. John Fitzpatrick is only tight end on.
Still got a chance to work Kyrus in the slot on this guy. There you go.
That's what you were talking about, Coach.
He saved it till they needed it.
Yeah.
What's
Another
the penalty
flag.
here? Clip?
Wearing red.
Pickens.
You sure? It looked like Kyrus Jackson might have had a handful of jersey there.
Yeah, it was Kyrus.
Like I said.
Well, you just
What did we say that this team needed to do this week was to cut down on the penalties? And Georgia started out with just 3 for 40 yards. Now there's up to 5 for 55 yards.
it's a great job of finally running the quarterback.
Yeah.
Can change the game around with that first down. You still
Yeah.
can make this.
Now 1st and 18, 2:15 left in the third, 2:14, 2:13, 2:12.
Kendall Milton. Oh my goodness.
Give that man some more carries.
That's 8. Beautiful. Leave him in there.
Tough running.
They're tightening that ball up though.
I tell you, for a true freshman, he's built pretty good.
That's what I was saying. I mean, just if you just look at him, you're like, wow, he kind of reminds you of that kind of Todd Gurley build, you know.
Look at that baby face.
10 yards. Took him out, though.
Robert Hilton says, feed Milton. 2nd and 8, 127, 126, 125.
Ah,
Severe.
Barking Spider says that was a great run. Milton looked Herschel-like.
So Zamir White with 18 carries for 35 yards, averaging 1.9 yards a carry.
3rd and 7.
is he the one that I said was going to be breakout today? I don't even know who I said.
Kendall Milton has 4 carries for 21 yards.
47 seconds, 46 left in the 3rd quarter. 45, 44.
Get in there.
Wow.
That's how you make up for the holding.
Yeah. What a bullet by Stetson Bennett. I like people to say he doesn't have the arm. Come on.
That's a
You see
confident
that?
quarterback, man.
That was a confident quarterback. There was no hesitation. He fired that one in there. Yeah. No. To be fair, that wasn't busted coverage by Tennessee. How do you not put a man over him when he had that monster game last week?
Can't stop everything.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a great job of coming back from 1st and 18.
Yeah.
10-yard run on 1st down.
I like how Stetson, they showed him after that, he got frustrated on his quarterback run there with the holding penalty. But when he walked back to the huddle, just as calm and cool as collected as you could get. I think he feels like he's playing with house money, you know.
Shall we take a 1-minute break and thank our friends from Bud Light Seltzer?
Yes, and hit up Athens Ford too. Let's run there both those commercials.
We'll be right back.
Athens Ford makes buying a car or truck easy, safe, and more affordable than ever. During the Athens Ford Model Year-End Clearance Event, use Easy Purchase online to shop hundreds of new Fords, all with our 100% price protection guarantee. Plus, save big with F-150s up to $14,000 off, and Expeditions up to $15,000 off. All new Fords include our lifetime warranty and complimentary delivery. Plus, pick up and drop off with every service. We're lending a hand to keep you going and keep you safe. Athens Ford.
30-21 over Tennessee. 1st and 10 for Tennessee, doesn't get anywhere. Picked up a couple yards. 22 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Big Mikael Sherman on that kickoff coverage, Coach. You loved it.
Sorry I missed it.
Yeah, Georgia was all over that kick. Tennessee tried to return it and just didn't get anywhere. Yeah, perfect defensive shift there. Dan Lanning calling a pretty good game there. Just a couple breakdowns, and that's it. We're headed into the 4th quarter.
Yep.
See Nolan Smith out there. I think that be kind of quiet for Nolan Smith.
Going to the 4th quarter, Georgia has a 30-21 lead over Tennessee.
I do think that might be the play of the game is Trey Hill grabbing Jermaine Burton's fumble out of the air and advance and get 4 yards to keep that drive alive. Georgia scores a touchdown on that play. I mean, Trey Hill could be the MVP and scapegoat on this in the same game with the high snap that Tennessee gets for a touchdown, and then a game-saving recovery there.
I think it's that. I think it's Camarda's big punt.
It's only 64 yards.
I think it's Podlesny's 51-yard kick. I mean, there's a couple things here that I understand what you're saying. That redemption story all within one game. That's good.
From the worst play of the game to might be the best play of the game. You know, just the high and low water marks held by one guy.
What's the score? 30-21 now.
30-21. Georgia with a 9-point lead. Going into the fourth quarter. And a few stats here. Georgia with 319 total yards, Tennessee with 157. Georgia has run the ball for 132 yards, and remember they lost about 30 on that crazy snap. And Tennessee has run the ball for 22 yards. Tennessee has 10 penalties for 84 yards. Georgia has 5 penalties for 55. Georgia has 18 first down to Tennessee's 9. Georgia's 5 of 12 on third down. Tennessee is 3 of 11. And Georgia, this is the telling stat to me, 0-2 on fourth downs, where Tennessee is 1 for 1 on fourth down conversion. So,
yeah, the game's over if we make either one of those first downs on fourth down.
yeah, that's just
pretty much should be over anyhow with 9-point lead. But
I give Tennessee credit for tackles for loss. They have 5 for 20 yards. Georgia has 3. I did not think that they would help pace Georgia in tackles for loss.
well, every one of them's been on the running play too.
Yeah.
We haven't been sacked.
Chris Moore says special teams have been huge with the kicking and punting. Absolutely agree.
Oh my God, that's night and day. Good call, Chris.
Jeff Dyer says nice Van Halen fade out there from CBS. R.I.P. Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, I was thinking that a good friend, Brad Hodnett, was mentioning that, you know, he said reach over to UGA and see if anybody wants to play. He mentioned some Van Halen songs, and I'm like, every tailgate I've ever been with him, Brad has played Unchained by Van Halen. And I'm like, Unchained, there you go, that's the Dogs, let's go. So instead of playing, you know, some of the other songs that Georgia plays, Unchained is just perfect. You let the dogs off the chain, let them go nuts. Again, remember, folks, if you share this, please email me, Radi, R-A-D-I, at UGASports.com. I will put you, we have the little website where I put in the numbers and put in the names, and then it automatically picks one. It's a completely random drawing. If your name is picked, your number is picked, you will get a $50 Visa gift card. So please share this with your friends, especially now that we're in the second half.
Tennessee first play of the fourth quarter. Fake reverse.
Make the tackle.
Monty Rice.
It's going to be third down. Probably about 7 or 8 to go.
What do you think of that play call, Coach? I liked it.
Well, he's trying to hit run a reverse pass and throw the ball down the boundary. We got it covered. Sack coming up.
14-33, 14-32.
Oh, wow. Did you see Nakobe Dean come flying through there?
Been a rough half for old Jarrett Guarantano. Georgia's defense has been all over him. Kirk Spears says Unchained is a great song.
Thank you, Kirk.
John Adams says that he likes Scott Cochran and how Georgia has weaponized special teams this year.
He's doing a good job. You got a lot of help, too. All the coaches help on the special team.
Tennessee punts, 14-20 left.
God. I tell you, it's really hard to field a rugby punt.
Yeah.
You worry about somebody getting hit in the back of the leg because they're going back to blocking.
Exactly. You saw Kyrus telling guys, get down, watch out, it's behind you. You know, they're going back to pick up a gunner, and they don't see that thing landing right behind them, but bouncing right towards them. And he's telling guys to hit the deck or jump sideways or anything. So
I can see about a 10-minute, 40-yard drive.
Kelsey Hodge says, my goodness, can anybody on our defense be beat around the edge? Even the defensive linemen are closing out on people. Yeah. It's an impressive defensive front, no doubt, Kelsey.
There you go. That wasn't holding. Come on, Kieras. D-Rob.
Kieras with 14 yards.
D-Rob. Nice. That's like a run right there. That's a run.
You're right.
Check out the good blocking here from Jermaine Burton and George Pickens.
And
stay with it. Now open them up.
Yeah, feed Demetrius Robertson. He is one of the fastest guys on the team.
13:52, 13:51, fourth quarter, 13:49, 13:48.
Yeah.
He's telling them that this guy's coming. They're going to check out of it now.
Yeah, you better.
He saw it and made them check. Now we got it.
Because he didn't see it earlier, or he just ignored it in the first quarter.
That's an aggressive run from Zamir White.
Yep. But a lot more push there.
13:27, 13:26, 13:24 on the game clock. Fourth quarter, Georgia leads 30-21.
Owen Petard says pass on first down. Yeah, that's true. That one to Demetrius was, as Coach says, it's a good run there. So, or the equivalent of a run, 14 yards, and then a 4-yard pickup with Zamir White. Letting that clock run. 12:58, 12:50. Oh my goodness.
There you go. Make him tackle you, Pickens. Run to the outside. We got Erickson in the game now, don't we? Or Webb. Who's 50?
50 is Erickson.
Erickson.
Oh, shit.
Warren
Is that
McClendon.
McClendon?
Yes, sir.
Georgia's offensive lineman Warren McClendon down on the play. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Right there, George. Just show your ability. Never run to the inside on an outside play there. That's where everybody's coming from. Fake inside and break back out.
Through the first 2 weeks of the season, Georgia has been pretty remarkably healthy. I mean, at least nothing that seems like it's going to affect long term. I mean, obviously, James Cook is out this week.
And Jermaine Johnson.
But when you start seeing these injuries pile up in the middle of the season, that's when your depth is really, really tough.
Well, we're just getting some really cohesion with an O-line pass pro with Warren McClendon out there now. Condon came in and did a pretty good job last week, but that should be a strength to his pass blocking. But
and I don't think none of us think that there's a lack of talent in terms of depth at Georgia, but once you get deeper on that offensive line depth chart, there's not much experience.
That's the issue.
And you don't want to be, I don't think Alabama is the game you want to be throwing someone in there that doesn't have a lot of experience.
Yeah.
But that's next week. You still have a fourth quarter to close out here.
Hey, better win this one. There are quite a few Florida fans that are giant Tennessee fans right now. So, after Florida lost to Texas A&M today, Georgia could take a huge step in the SEC East race here with a win over conference rival or division rival Tennessee. And with Florida already having a loss,
especially if you beat Alabama, then it won't matter about losing to Florida if you did.
No, that's very true.
We're not going to lose to them, but I mean.
No.
But you get an early loss, boy, you're behind the chains.
Exactly.
Especially, of course, A&M's a good team, but Florida's defense, third net, Grantham, what were they, 12-15 today?
Yeah, they gave up a lot of conversions.
They didn't punt the first half, I know, either team.
Yeah.
We've seen a little bit more Stetson Bennett running and a couple keepers, and it's been effective. Yeah. You've been calling it, Coach.
This would be a good time to do it.
We did have somebody in the chat. I'm sorry I forgot the name. They said, if you're going to run the quarterback so much, why not put in Dwan Mathis and kind of go just like a almost pure option?
I'd probably tell him you're doing it.
Put him in there, but you can't run the whole offense right now because this kid's doing everything else. I mean, just for one thing. I mean,
That's fair. That's why I was putting the question. I hope that answered it for him.
3rd and 3. Kyrus Jackson in motion. 12-22.
really put them in motion to find out what they're in.
Exactly.
That's a good, solid run right there.
You know, in the chat, we've had a lot of people be a little bit critical of Zamir White in this game. When you get to this point of the ball game, that's the kind of hammer you want. Rarely uses.
Yeah, but look at Trey Hill with his guy 7 yards downfield.
We got Erickson in for Cleveland.
Wow.
Kyrus Jackson's a weapon, guys.
He is. Well, then the ball's on the
I
money,
just
too.
want to compliment Coach for putting him in the slot there to run the. See that?
Yeah.
Pickens came inside. He's working in the slot he's been working over the middle, and then he ran the post corner that we talked about in the first half.
What a perfect pass. See, what I do like about Zamir White is he gets north and south so quickly. So when the offensive line is...
I like him a whole lot better if he's in the end zone right there.
All right, 2nd and goal, Coach. Where do you call? What are you calling?
He's going to let him, he's probably going to keep it for a touchdown. Left your feet too early, man.
Mm-hmm. Don't let me see another 4th down and on the goal line again.
If we get it again, we'll kick a field goal.
Is it jumbo time?
You're right. He did leave it. He did take a step. But again, I think he didn't want to step on Justin Schaefer's legs. Oh, a little kick there from number 33 on the ground.
Get in the huddle. Get in the huddle. Bring him back in the huddle and talk to him.
You might want to note that. It looked to me like somebody kicked up at one of the players there.
See, I like this. Getting in the huddle and tell them what to do.
Carter and Davis on the field, jumbo package.
Just don't get a delay.
10:37. There's the fake.
Pickens fell down. Get it in there!
Oh, touchdown!
That's what I wanted. I wanted to fake it, throw it to Carter.
I wanted Jordan Davis to throw it.
But I wanted Carter.
Big boy fell down. The 87 fell down.
Yeah.
That's my favorite play of the season.
Watch 87 fall down.
It's Trey McKitty. Dong! How do you tackle that? It's like trying to tackle a Buick.
I like the call. We talked about that as a part of the package.
But I do think
one of the best routes I've seen run today.
I do think it's interesting they brought in Erickson at right guard.
Maybe Ben needed a rest or something.
Okay, I mean, Ben Cleveland, your reigning SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week.
Oh, the chat loved that.
Who was it on?
Let me see.
I think Xavier Truss was in on that play, too.
Who was the penalty on?
I have the official stat line here, but it doesn't say.
We got a kickoff from the 25 or 20.
Oh, somebody took their helmets off.
96. Who was that?
Is that Truss?
No, 96 is isn't that Stackhouse?
Well, you can't go down there without your helmet on.
No, that's Zion Logue.
God, that's what happened against Tennessee when we lost in the Hail Mary.
Jeff Dyer says, dude tried to chip Jalen Carter, LOL.
I mean, that's just a stupid play right there. To come off the bench and get a penalty, and you got to give him a field position here on this kickoff.
Second penalty that happened from someone not in the game.
I can tell you one thing. A guy named Kirby Paul Smart is chapped on that. Nice drive there. Nice drive of utilizing your players there.
I can tell Jalen Carter's caught a football before. I'm just saying.
Really good, too, to see use a slot receiver outside instead of inside, you know. If you go back in this half, are we still live here?
Yes,
We
sir.
are.
We were in a trips formation, and we had 10. Jackson as an inside receiver, so 2 guys outside. They both cleared out, and then he ran an out behind them for a big first down. And then that time we went 2 by 2, where he and Pickens were on the same side, and we ran what they call a smash concept. The outside guy is going to read the corner, and if the corner hangs or backs up, he's just going to run a hitch. If he plays him tight, he's going to run inside and clear out the area. And now the slot's going to run a flag on the guy playing him, and he's got the whole field to work on him. And that was very good. You call it smash or crash. If it's crash, the slot receiver goes in the flat, and the outside guy goes post corner. You're still throwing the same place, but you got one or the other. That 15-yard penalty, Chaps old Kirby, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, like you point out, 2 guys who aren't in the game with 15-yard penalties.
And won't even be on the trip next week in the 70-man roster.
Yeah.
Those 2 are they?
No,
Who is it on?
it looked like Logue, 96, but
He's from Tennessee, too.
yes,
eh?
he is. He's one of the 3 Tennessee guys.
He's got to still knock it down there. Watch him. This is where you really got to do a good job on your coverage. God, what a kick. What a kick.
He still gets a touchback.
I mean, what was that guy to call him, Thunderfoot?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
big enough.
25.
Here's a fun stat for you guys. Georgia's trailed twice at halftime this season. In those second halves of those games thus far, Georgia 52, the other guys 3.
52 to what?
3.
Yeah.
Talk about responding.
I'm telling you, Bud Lesney is your SEC Special Teams Player of the Week. 51-yarder.
Yeah, and Jalen Carter's the offensive player of the week.
Yeah. There's Carter. He almost had a sack there.
10-22, 10-21, 10-20, fourth quarter.
You're in motion. Way to play it.
Lewis Austin said, why not just kick the kickoff out of bounds, saying where Georgia was when they kicked off? And then he said, never mind.
If you kick it off out of bounds, they get it, instead of the 35, they get it at the 45.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought it was the 45-yard
10
line.
yards.
Right.
Yeah.
Monty Rice got him.
Oh, yeah. Pick it up, run right. Marty, run it in there. Show them your tail
Block
lights.
him, Adam Anderson.
Woo!
See, you wanted a defensive turnover. I wanted a defensive score. They are just givers. They just give and give and give. All you got to do is ask.
No penalties here now.
Jalen got him a touchdown. Monty got a touchdown. The defense is going to start keeping these stats, man. We've had a pick 6 already this year, right?
Great play by Monty Rice. He knocked it down and then picked it up.
I'm telling this Georgia, when the defense is rolling, it is a train. John Rogers says, thanks, guys. I've been silencing CBS and company and turning up you guys. I'm going to need y'all to continue this for the next 40-plus years.
Hey, good. Tell your friends about it.
I'm not going to be able to make it 40 years drinking these things. I'm just going to, you can put me in one of those back chairs. I do like the fact that, remember on Azeez Ojulari's strip sack, he recovered, and then you have the same thing here with Monty Rice. That's not, the reason I say that, Coach, they're not stopping. And you see this in the NFL a lot. A guy makes a big play, and he starts flexing for the camera and making a big deal out of it. Hey, I got the sack. They are still playing through to the whistle. I like that. You've seen too many guys, they hit the quarterback, and they're like, hey, I'm going to do my sack walk. Well, the ball's still live. If you paid attention, you'd be on it. And shout out to Ojulari and Monty Rice. And you got to like Monty Rice. the senior, the kind of one of your leaders, getting that score, that's just huge for him.
Tell you who's happy right now. CBS.
Oh, God, yeah.
Halftime, they were a little worried, maybe.
Oh, for next week? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bama,
The best
Georgia.
thing that could happen to them tonight would be Clemson losing, then he'd have 1 versus 2. But
Scott Miller says, hey, Dane, do you guys need some Dinglewood scrambled dogs from here in Columbus? It'd go great with your Bud Light. Scott, thanks for watching, man. He is the play-by-play voice of the Columbus State Cougars.
Really?
I got to spend some time with him when I was working down
what
at
is he
WRBA.
talking about, hot dogs or what?
Oh, yeah. So there's Dinglewood Pharmacy does these, like, scrambled dogs, and it's kind of like a chili dog. Pretty famous down in Columbus.
Send them on up here, 246 Hamilton.
I've eaten like a plum today. I'm dying. So don't tell me about these fantastic hot dogs. You're killing me. But no, he's a professional. So I'm glad he's listening to us. And we haven't ran him off with our hackneyed, half-assed play-by-play calling. So
Monk says that Monty called off Anderson like a center fielder.
do what?
You mean to pick the ball
Monty
up?
Rice called off Adam Anderson like a center fielder.
I got it. And it's only fair. Adam will have more opportunities, but Monty did the work, so he gets the ball.
William Britton says good old Rocky Flop. I mean, do you realize how quickly the fate of this game changed?
Yep.
Well,
That's one.
As many dumb mistakes as Georgia had, they caused just as many mistakes
That's very true.
from Tennessee.
that started out with them not fielding that kickoff. I mean,
You're right.
the guy's got to catch it.
That's a great point.
He might not be in there now. They might have Maurer in there. This guy's a thunder. Oh,
Kick it out of
bad.
bounds.
Can't handle success.
Jermaine King says, you heard it here first. Coach Donnan predicts that Clemson is going down tonight.
I didn't say that. Didn't say that. I said it would be good.
I heard you say that they're going to lose by 17.
I like Clemson to whip Miami bad.
They're
Put
gonna-
that on. I think they'll beat Miami bad, unless a hurricane gets in there.
So give me that stat again about Georgia in the second half, because, I mean, they were...
All right, so Georgia's trailed twice at halftime, and now it's going to be more. I guess it's Georgia's trailed twice at halftime this season, and in the second halves of those games, Georgia 59, opponents 3.
Wow.
Getting a stop here and not allowing Tennessee to score points could be a little bit crucial in the sense of you get some pretty quality Dwan Mathis time
Yeah.
to kind of continue that
Who's
development.
16 for us?
That's Lewis Seen, coach, the safety.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell. I know who he is. I wonder why he was up there so close. So
It seemed like nobody was on Fant. He caught one out there all by
let's
himself.
don't be reading their laurels here.
No. Devontae White whacking himself in the head to get all psyched up.
God, what a catch!
Because that coverage was
Yeah,
perfect.
I mean,
There's 8:54 left in the fourth quarter.
we need to stop the clock. You have an injury timeout, but they haven't called it yet.
That's
Wow.
unbelievable.
He is all over him, and he still managed to catch that ball. That's hell of a catch there for Campbell.
I'll tell you, Tyson Campbell's earned some
I mean,
NFL
Oh.
money coming up in these last.
last week he made some NFL money,
He'll
absolutely.
be challenged next week.
Oh, my God.
There's no bigger challenge in the country than what's coming next
They
week.
got 17 different guys who can just absolutely destroy
We got
you.
that Matchy now coming in.
Just confounding how Georgia can.
Oh, great note. I'm sorry, go ahead.
To me, it's confounding how Georgia can look so good, and then just a couple dumb plays, penalties, or turnovers, or didn't get the 1 yard when they need it. It just stalls them out, and then the next breath, Georgia's just rolling in every aspect of the game.
Anthony Dasher has a good point on Twitter. He says, for those counting, that's the second straight year Georgia has returned a fumble for a touchdown against Tennessee. Tay Crowder did it last year.
Yeah, when Stokes hit the guy.
Laid out. Did he lay out Maurer or Garantano?
Yeah, it was Brian Maurer.
Yeah.
That's a painting somewhere.
And there is a tornado warning in effect for Lamar, Upson, and Monroe until 7:30. Our friend Chris Holcomb over at 11 Alive, huge Georgia fan, great guy for 11 Alive.
And graduate college.
Yeah, exactly. So if you need to follow anybody for weather, follow Chris Holcomb over at 11 Live. A damn good dog if ever there was one. A true professional and accurate as anybody out there. So
Chuck Ward, coach, he has a question for you. He said, did you see the mic'd up video of Coach Lanning working with the defense, especially Adam Anderson on sacks, when he just kept saying, every sack's a fumble, every sack's a fumble?
Well, I didn't see it because we're watching, we don't have I didn't hear it, but I'm sure if he said it, that was good. We're definitely doing what he told them. Chuck's out there in Texas watching it.
yes, he is.
There's some sick puppies out there in Longhorn Nation today, I can tell you that. And there's some happy Aggies at A&M.
Speaking of, if you're watching on YouTube, tell me where you're watching from in the chat. I'll give it a shout out. We'd like to see where our reach gets to.
Hey, Chuck, can you FedEx us some of that Texas brisket, please? Some of them burn ends, maybe?
Second and 2, 8:47, 8:46, 8:45, fourth quarter, 8:44, 8:43.
This is a much higher score game than I ever expected. I just felt it was going to be like an old-fashioned SEC kind of low-scoring affair with the ball on the ground a lot.
Henry County, Savannah, Richmond, Virginia.
He didn't make it that time.
No.
Hoover, Alabama, Niceville, Florida, Gwinnett County, Savannah, Ackworth, Nashville, Hazelhurst,
Niceville,
Mankato, Minnesota,
Minnesota.
Minnesota,
That's awesome.
Panama City, Greenville. Love that place.
Punt it, Jeremy, punt it. Punt it.
Okinawa, Warner Robins, LaGrange, Louisville, Kentucky.
Lou. Watch him going for a big one here.
7:49, 7:48, fourth and one.
Oh, I don't know.
It depends on the spot guy, right?
If you get it on the near guy, he didn't get it. The guy at the top of the screen.
He didn't make it.
No.
Cumming, Georgia, New York, Stockbridge.
New York. Is that our friends up at the...
Holy moly. How about Quay Walker there?
Quay Walker steps in.
Watch 25 step up here from the middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Kapaya.
Ooh, right in the back. That hurt me.
Glad to see Quay make a play there. That's a good job by Nolan Smith, too.
And remember, Quay Walker is the Tennessee hat flip guy.
Got a measurement here.
They didn't make this. I can tell you they didn't make it.
Nope. Not a chance.
All right, put Dwan in there and let him show him his tail lights.
Roddy Chuck says meet him at Nammies Barbecue.
Watch it from here. Watch it from here. Quay.
Boom.
Nam's Barbecue in Texarkana, and he said you can get fat again like him.
Jordan Davis pretty good, too.
Yeah.
His defense is just, I mean, it's spectacular.
Shout out to Chris Milton, Kendall Milton's father. He tweeted about 30 minutes ago, keep him in the game.
That's what I say.
I was about to say, that's Coach Donnan agrees. Feed Kendall Milton. He is back in the game right now. Oh my goodness. Look at this, boys.
He's down.
He's down.
Don't hit after the pit whistle. Keep him in there. Got the ball in the wrong arm there. That's why he brought.
I mentioned that earlier.
Run the play quick.
When he was running to the outside, I noticed that ball was just, you don't have that 3 points. Is it 3 points of contact?
Yeah.
He only had 2.
Scrape your rib cage.
Yep, he had a way out here real tight, but I'm like, that's not going to.
7 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Exactly.
6:59, 6:58.
Use the clock.
Yep. 5 seconds left.
He's going to run behind Darnell Washington.
Yep. That's exactly what he did.
Leave him in there.
Yeah, people are loving some Kendall Milton on the chat. Cannot blame you.
Yes, sir. I did not.
I do want to remind everyone that we will have our watch-along show next week for Georgia, Alabama. We'll have it for every game this season, but it is a later kick. So please have your second screen ready to go. Watch with us. It'll be into the night. We'll be with you for every play. Georgia and Alabama. Next week, that's at 8 o'clock kickoff.
Still got Erickson in there. He took Milton out and put Edwards in.
Tell you, I think Milton's earning some playing time.
Oh, I mean, he is your 5-star tailback.
You got Cook coming back next week, though. We'll need him in space versus. Cook was having a great game last week.
Yeah, he was.
I tell you, Edwards is cut, too.
Oh, Edwards is a monster.
Richard Allen says, ball ain't heavy. Leave Milton in.
I pointed this out, and they're talking about Stetson Bennett on here. I pointed this out when everybody was saying he's the 5th-string quarterback. He was not. He is a scholarship quarterback, folks. Not. He walked on his first time, not the second time. Give Stetson Bennett credit. You know, there were a lot of when he transferred to the junior college and played the entire year, he had a lot of offers coming back to Division I football.
Yeah, he did.
It's too easy.
Can you believe we played this game without any rain as much as we were worried about it? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
73 plays to 51.
I said Georgia had a 10-minute advantage in the first half.
3rd and 5, 450. You saw 2 tight ends move out left.
Into the boundary.
Run it all day.
Oof. They pulled him over.
What a play by that kid.
Ouch. That looked like it hurt.
Lloyd Alston says Milton reminds him of Chubb a little bit.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Kind of got
I
racked
mean,
up.
come on.
Again, playing with house money. Told you got dinged up a little bit. Hey, you're up 23. Maybe now's a good time to bring in Dwan Mathis, maybe. I don't know. Just saying.
His helmet screwed up.
I think John Michad will get that straightened out.
Yeah, go and let Mathis finish up.
Yeah.
Good for his morale.
417, 416, 415.
Use the clock.
It's good for morale and strategy just because you never know when you might need them.
We need him.
Yep.
I'm saying he's got to be prepared and ready to go every play.
Yeah, he was the guy that won the
So where to
starting
use
job.
the clock? Where to use the clock?
How long did you say you wanted this drive to last, Coach?
Long time.
As long as it can.
I would have left Dwan in.
Another solid stat line for Stetson Fleming Bennett the 4th.
How about putting old McKinney in today and what the job he did? He and Fitzpatrick blocking along with Washington.
That is Xavier Truss at left tackle.
Yep.
Smart. Let him get some
Exactly.
reps.
He needs the reps. All day. Oh, my goodness. Great defensive play there.
Good Lord, who is that?
Jalen Johnson is a walk-on, coach. Walk-on wide receiver. He's always the guy that's always like.
I knew who that was. I didn't see his 23. Just him. He always works hard.
Yeah, so every time you go to practice, he's like the third, fourth, fifth guy in the rotation.
He got
Just put a little more air under that one.
Yep.
He got a lot of reps during scrimmage time preseason.
Exactly.
I think we're going to see Kendall Milton break it on the draw play right here.
All right.
Oh, baby beef.
Well, if Kendall Milton doesn't get play time, it'll be ball security kind of stuff.
We mentioned it on his first carry. They didn't have the ball secure.
Yeah, the first down there, too.
Yep. You're right about the.
Because he's a dynamic runner, no doubt. But this is some
He
ball.
doesn't have his hand over the tip.
Yeah.
What do you teach ball carriers about that, Coach?
Just let them carry one around and do all day at school and put your hands over the tip. He had a good game. Just Stetson.
Stetson, 16 of 27 for 238 yards and 2 TDs.
Plus he ran for one.
Less than 3 minutes to go. We're in the fourth quarter here.
Let's get a little Nate McBride in there. Doing his thing. Channing Tindall, number 41, in the game.
Roddy, you got any team stats right in front of you? If you don't, I'll pull them up.
What you looking for?
I was just curious so we could shout some out. And
Total yards, Georgia 431 to Tennessee's 173.
that'll do.
Yeah, 431 to 173. Well, maybe make that 200 now. Passing yards, Georgia 238 to 173.
Jalen Kimber over on the, was that his first name? Playing
Jalen.
corner over here.
Oh, I'd like to see Jalen in there. Georgia 24 first downs, Tennessee had 11.
Yeah, they wouldn't have gotten anything without that fumble there.
Yeah. Georgia 8 of 16 on third down. Tennessee 3 of 14. So Georgia's at 50% on fourth downs. Tennessee not doing it.
Ooh, man.
77 plays to 54 plays.
Play press with these guys. That speed. Now.
Yeah, Amir Speeds, number 9. Yes, sir. Jalen Kimber rolling back. Channing Tindall bringing the lumber.
Georgia's defense and special teams turned this game around in the third quarter.
Yep.
And then the offense picked it up from there. I think that's the nature of this team. Defense and special teams are
You got
lights
it.
out.
Shannon. Channing Tindall.
Channing Tindall, Channing Tindall, Channing Tindall. When he gets his chance, he's going to make somebody pay for it. Would really like to see a little Rion Davis here.
Who?
Trouble Davis, inside linebacker. Let's see him.
I think he's got a hurt foot, number 12.
I think he's 26. He might be 12.
12 does. Who's 12?
I'll go back and check.
Be a first down, Tennessee. Minute 13 left.
You give it garbage.
12 is Rion Davis. I didn't realize he had he and Tommy Bush are both 12. So
Yeah.
the 12 is.
He's got a
right
hurt
now.
foot, I think.
We can't understate how impressive it is that Georgia goes into Alabama undefeated. This is now 3 quality teams that Georgia will have beaten to start this season.
I noticed Tramel Walters in there, the defensive lineman. Another Liberty County guy.
Well, Tennessee's pulling a 30 Herschel Walker today, you know? You know why?
Why is that, Coach?
That's 34 straight losses to top 10 teams.
Oh, you've been waiting to say that. You wrote that before we started this show. There's Nate McBride with the tackle.
I'm impressed overall with the job that Jeremy Pruitt is doing at Tennessee, winning a lot of games that previously Tennessee has not won in the last decade. Still got a ways to go against dynamic defenses. Now, Georgia is better than most that Tennessee will play for sure. But Tennessee's offense still has some work to do. Nate McBride just had a tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Get him down.
See Major Burns talking a little smack. To this day, every time I see 20, I think of Quincy Mulder. I just can't stop thinking about it.
This is critical if you're going to lead the nation in scoring defense. You got to stop them there.
Mulder or Mojay? I don't remember.
You got him. You got him.
Oh, nice catch, Richard.
Look at Richard LeCount one-handing it.
Fourth quarter, 9:40 left. Auburn leads Arkansas 27-21.
Glad to see Demetrius Robinson get a catch. How was that not? They're going to throw it in the end zone here. Back up. Back up, Kimber. Good play, Speed.
Amir Speed with the coverage. One play left.
Just getting to prevent. Put them all on the goal line.
Yeah.
It's not a bad pass.
No. Amir's a big boy. That is a...
Don't press him.
Yeah.
You got him a gold mouthpiece. Back up.
6 seconds left. Tennessee about to take the snap.
Oh, no. That'll be a Channing Tindall.
That last drive was his. Georgia beats Tennessee 44-21. Really impressive second half, guys.
Sure was.
A lot of playmakers on this team, and if Georgia can get out of its own way in terms of penalties and turnovers, there's no reason to think that this team can't compete and potentially beat Alabama.
But, I mean, the penalties, that's 3 weeks in a row that they just been killing themselves with penalties. Now, today there's only 6, but they were for 70 yards.
Right.
You know, you had, what was it, 140 the other day? I mean, just absolute killers.
The penalties really weren't as bad in the first half, I didn't feel like.
Only had 2 in the first half.
It was the high snap that led to the points, and then, not getting the 1 yard a couple times.
Really should have been. You just take it. I mean, offense is getting some identity. Look at we got 87 now, and your best receiver caught 3 passes a day.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe our best receiver might be
Kyrus Jackson.
Kyrus now. But
Kyrus led the way coach with 4 receptions for 91 yards and a touchdown. Trey McKitty in his debut had 2 catches for 47 yards. Kenny McIntosh had 2 catches for 36. Jermaine Burton 2 for 26. George Pickens 2 catches for 14 yards. So, when it came to rushing, Kendall Milton led all rushers. 8 carries, 8 for 56 yards, 7 yards a carry. Zamir White had 22 carries for 50 yards. Kenny McIntosh, 8 touches for 45 yards. And Jermaine Burton had that one real burner, that 1 carry for 43 yards. And Stetson Bennett tucked and run 6 times, 22 yards. There was one 30-yard loss attributed to the team, so Georgia rushes for 193 yards, but, take out that 30-yard high snap, and they're basically 222 or 223, so.
A lot of people saying thanks for doing this. Thank you guys for watching, because we only do it because of you and because of the help from Bud Light Seltzer and Athens Ford. Please keep joining us and sharing this with your networks. We'll be on every Georgia game.
Do me a favor, if you want to swing by the Athens Ford website, if you do, they will give you a $250 coupon on any vehicle you purchase. They have student discounts, first responder discounts, so military discounts. All those are right there. You can stack them up. Just say hello to our friends at Athens Ford. Check out their stuff. just go into their page right now to let them know that you're actually watching the show and that you care enough to hit their website to kind of look around would be big for us. We'd really appreciate that. And don't forget, to all the people that shared this, we got a lot of content we'll put out, but definitely by Monday or Tuesday, I will have done the drawing for the $50 gift card for all of you who shared it. And trust me, you have our absolute gratitude for sharing this. It means a lot to us. And join us next week. It's going to be a hell of a game.
Coach,
Hey,
final thoughts?
Looking forward to big game down there with Roll Tide. Certainly, there's some things we can definitely improve on, but I'm just telling you right now, Stetson Bennett is just having one of those kind of years you want your quarterback to have. I mean, still hasn't had a turnover, has he, this year himself?
He almost did. They dropped the pass in the end zone, but that's the closest one.
Yeah. Well, that's true almost, but
again, didn't count. The guy dropped it, but I mean,
here's the point though: his ability to run the team, make the plays. We had some adversity today. Everything wasn't hunky dory, but I'm encouraged. I'm gonna say it again: having McKitty as that next guy inside enhances our blocking, his maturity. Just like when we ran the flank right, a wing with a slot to the field, and we ran 49 toss, and the guy came inside, he let the guy go and went to the next level. I mean, you can't coach that without experience. If he wastes himself blocking the guy who can't make a tackle, then you don't have that extra guy downfield. And he and Fitz are going to be a good combo on that wing. I think Darnell is going to keep improving too, for sure. But that's going to help us. Then down the middle, he caught that big pass when he just laid it over the linebacker. And then the addition of these young backs are going to help us too. McIntosh had a good game, and certainly we saw Milton come in there. But the thing about White that hurt us a little bit, they were ganging up on first down, 6-7 man box. I told you they're playing a 4-down line, and they we didn't throw a lot on first down, and they committed to the run and got us out of it. So, but overall, I mean, you scored that many points and play that well when your defense can score too. It was just, I would give us that's a big win. I'd rather win like that going into Alabama than just being on cruise control, because we're going to go in there and there's going to be a lot of adversity in that game because they're going to score points. I don't care how good you play, but they got to be worried about our pass rush. I can tell you that.
Yeah, the pass rush is no joke.
And here's the thing. Our offense will move the ball on Alabama. You'll watch tonight what Ole Miss does. We'll move it on them. A&M moved it on them. Missouri moved it on them. We got a good shot against them. And our kicking game's going to be huge.
I'm still trying to get over that 64-yard punt when you're punting out of your own end zone and you're able to flip the field on them. The guy was standing on like the 40-yard line waiting on for the punt.
Yeah.
Just lights up. So big kicking game, strong defense, some issues you got to fix on offense, and you got to try to figure out some way to stop that wide receiving core at Alabama. That is a fantastic.
And their running game.
And running game too. Mac, that is a serious team. We will have tons of coverage going into the week, starting tomorrow. Of course, we'll have this. You guys will break this down in the Film Don't Lie. We're going to have Brent Rollins' post-game observations. We'll immediately have what just happened put together by Trent Smallwood. Dave McMahon will do a deep dive into statistics. We're going to have comments and a story from Jeremy Pruitt. We'll cover his press conference as well, see what he said about Georgia. All this coming up in the next couple hours. Just an absolute blanket coverage, we call it, at UGASports.com.
Arkansas just took a lead on Auburn, 28-27, 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
If they win this game, you can get the United Van Land out for that.
Yep. That's crazy.
But I think one thing here, just an observer from the outside here, because I enjoy having you guys over, but I think it's a good thing for your site to have something different. Nobody else does this, and I think it doesn't cost anybody anything. Watch this, and, if you don't like listening to CBS, listen to us. We'll tell you what's going on.
That's very true. Anything else you want to add, Dane?
I'm just impressed with Georgia's defense. I mean, I think it's a special unit. It's one of the really better units that I've ever seen on a Georgia team to this point. Now I know that's could be hyperbole this early in the season, but man, it's just deep and guys flying everywhere, and it makes a difference. It definitely does.
You're right.
All right. Well, appreciate everybody tuning in.
Thanks, everybody. We will see you next week, and be sure to hit up our